Good morning, everybody. Ben and Woods, 97.3, The Fan. Our greatest pleasure being here with you guys every Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. And it's great to be back in here. I always love catching up with the fellas on a Monday morning, and all of you Tier 1s out there as well. Let's get our heads right on a Monday. Got a lot of stuff to talk about, man. A lot of stuff to talk about. A Monday is always full of content, and then it dissipates a little bit throughout the week. But that's the way of this business, right? I'm Woodsy. That is Paul Reindl. He is the executive producer of the Ben and Woods program. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
Doing great. Great to see you yesterday. Paulie and I, we wrapped up the Tier 1 season with a nice win out at Orange Glen High. Got some knocks, both of us. Felt pretty good. Good way to end the year. And now we're going to get in a room, and we're going to do an audit, essentially, of the Tier 1 baseball team and kind of see where everyone's head is at.
Doing what the Padres are doing right now.
Exactly.
Evaluating.
Yeah, an evaluation.
Leaving no stone unturned.
100%.
Now, the media, have you scheduled a Zoom, end of the season Zoom?
I think this is it right here. I think this is, if anybody has any questions,
accountability is being demanded for. After 2 straight championships, the Tier 1s missed the playoffs.
Both seasons.
Back-to-back seasons.
Back-to-back seasons after
Woodsy
being
on the hot seat.
After being bumped up to a different league.
Sleepy Woods over there.
I may turn tail completely and either just quit, which my wife would love, or just join a 35 team, which would be a lot of fun, I think. But we'd be leaving some of the Tier 1s behind. They're not all old men, and so. But we are going to do a full evaluation and see where we're at. I didn't have my greatest season as a manager. My head was in the clouds a little bit. I was out of town a bunch. I missed a bunch of games. Paulie did a great job filling in and got a lot of wins in my stead. Maybe Paulie gets promoted full-time to full-time manager.
I don't know about that.
And you can take that, and I'll step back into more of an advisory role. How about that? You run the day-to-day.
It seems like I'm getting demoted, actually. That's a punishment.
You're a promotion. You're the boss. You set the lineups now. You chase the money down. You bring the game balls. You do all the stuff that it takes to run a successful organization.
Maybe your ownership needs to invest more in payroll.
That's a great idea as well. So listen, everything's on the table at this point. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, joins us as well. Benjamin, how was your weekend?
Good. Relaxing. I kind of cleared my calendar for the last few weeks. So I hadn't played any golf with, Padres and playoffs, but I got back on the golf course on Saturday. Got to play with our buddy Matt Ginella, who is doing better. We talked about his health scare.
Yeah.
Had the blood clots in his lungs. He told the story about how he almost died when he was on the plane too much. Didn't move around. A public service announcement. If you're taking long flights, make sure you get up once or twice, walk around. He said wear those compression socks and stuff. He had the blood clots travel from his leg to his lungs, but he was finally back out there. It was good to see him. Played with him and our friend John Ashworth at the GOAT on Saturday morning, and I had a pretty good round for not having played in 3 weeks. Started terribly and then got my sea legs under me and had a nice day on Saturday, and then watched a lot of baseball and
lots of baseball.
Football yesterday. It was a pretty relaxing weekend.
I have really missed the boat on a lot of football this year. I was texting with a couple of buddies last night, and they're like, "Oh, did you see this game or that game?" And I said, I think it's twofold. One, you have baseball playoffs fully still raging, and so that's always going to be my choice, always 100%. Watching the baseball playoffs. As a sports radio host that's married with 2 small kids, I really have to pick my spots. There's not going to be a Saturday where I can rot and watch all the college football and the baseball, and there's not going to be a Sunday where I can sit and rot and watch all the pro football and all the baseball. I have to pick my spots. Minor tiff last night, in the house. They do this thing in our neighborhood, and it's nice that they do it for sure, but they do like Oktoberfest, okay? Like the neighborhood Oktoberfest. And there's this big area down the street, and excuse me.
Not like the main October.
No.
Like every city, there's
No.
Oktoberfest.
This is
there's
like
OB Oktoberfest.
No, this is like
Oktoberfest.
This is
our
our neighborhood.
neighborhood.
Our neighborhood's Oktoberfest, and they do a good job. They have the band down there. A lot of grown men are running around in lederhosen, lots more than I'd like, more than I'd like to see. And they have hot dogs and barbecue and potato salad. And so after playing ball early, coming home, going right to T-ball, it was roasting a T-ball. I spent all Saturday watching soccer in the boiling sun. I told my wife, I go, there's some football on, and then the baseball's starting at 5. It's about 4. And I said, maybe you guys just go. And she did some minor browbeating of me to guilt me into going. And so I went.
Of course
I did. And went down there. And, at the end of the day, like, it was, but the thing is, well, you want to be with your family. I'm like, of course I want to be with my family.
Did you bring your own Stein?
I didn't. I didn't even drink any beer. I had
Right.
I had a sparkling water because of course I did, because here's as an aside, you can't go to a party in Encinitas and get a soda, a Sprite. It doesn't exist. You drink Spindrift. You drink I went to a
Topo Chico.
Yeah, I went to a birthday party.
Chico.
I went to a birthday party Friday. I go, I'm dying. I need some caffeine. What do we got? Oh, Spindrift. And then those organic juice boxes that have no sugar in them. You can't find a soda at an Encinitas gathering. They don't, it's like they don't sell them there. It's weird. So I couldn't find one.
It's good.
So
you're not getting the next generation
but I wanted
hooked on the sodas. You're already lost. You're a lost.
I'm done.
Yeah.
So I had a Capri Sun, like a 6-year-old. And so I'm sitting down there, and Hannah's whole thing is, well, you want to be with the family. And I looked at her, I go, my family is out running around in the fields playing with their friends. I'm not needed here. I want to be at home. I'm a sports radio guy that doesn't really get to watch sports. So we kind of had that little mini argument last night. But went down there for a while. Potato salad was great. Coleslaw was great. Hot dogs were mid. And I didn't want a bratwurst. I got shamed by the guy for not wanting a bratwurst because I don't like bratwurst. And the guy says to me, I go up, hot dog or bratwurst? I go, can I get a hot dog, please? He goes, no bratwurst, buddy? And I go, no, I don't want a brat. Why do you want me to have a bratwurst? What's the difference?
Are, subtly spiced.
I don't
Perhaps
like
you can't appreciate the genius that is the bratwurst.
They give me heartburn. And so I go, what do you care what I get? Why do you care if I get a brat? He literally, I just told my wife, I go, did you hear that? She goes, yeah.
The grill master usually has some deeply held opinions about his meat.
What does he care what I get? I have a preference. I don't want a bratwurst.
Try to elevate you a little bit.
I don't want to be elevated. I just want a hot dog. So I felt shamed about that. So I've stayed for an hour and I went home and watched the baseball. It's what we call it in marriage, like just a compromise.
On an aside quickly, was this the same hot dogs that Taylor ate that you posted on
How about that?
social media?
How about that?
That
picture?
was crazy.
He's a crazy person. I look down. I've seen this dude eat a hot dog before. I'm pretty sure at a ball game or whatever. I don't remember this. He took the hot dog and he ate it like an ear of corn.
Corn on the cob.
He went from the top and ate just bites out of the top. And he put it down. He goes, "Can I go play?" And I go, "Yeah." And I look down and I go, "Oh no, we have the next Ted Bundy on our hands. Like, look, who eats their hot dog this way? What? How did I lose him? I've already lost him." So yeah, it was. I appreciate the effort. It's great, but my wife. I wanted to tell my wife my cup was empty. It was empty at that time, and I spend a lot of time with my family. So I really wanted to be home. I was exhausted. I just wanted to watch the baseball. So I ended up getting to do both, and now I'm the big hero. So it was busy, man. I told you, we went to a birthday party Friday at Sky Zone, which was a lot of fun, actually. Still couldn't find a soda there, as I mentioned. Hey, Encinitas moms and dads, if you're listening, little Sprite's not going to hurt anybody. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to kill them. All right? It's not going to hurt them. Just get the little mini cans, the little mini Sprites, little mini Dr. Peppers.
Gateway sodas.
I mean, what are we doing here?
Don't get them started.
Who wants the sparkling water all the time? Everywhere I go, every party I've been to. You know what I'm going to do?
You can sort of almost taste the flavor of it. Is this raspberry? I can't.
Oh,
quite
good.
tell.
Pomegranate, grapefruit, sparkling water.
It's not quite a full flavor, but it's almost there.
From now on, every Encinitas party I go to, I'm going to take pictures of the drinks. You guys, you can't believe it. You cannot believe it. So, yeah, it was fine.
Yeah,
it's been 10 minutes now. I'm still waiting to hear about how the rest of your weekend went.
Oh, your Saturday plans. I remember you
heard
talking
all about
this
Sunday
last Friday.
Heard about Friday.
I haven't heard about Saturday.
Heard about Sunday.
You didn't even text us about it. I forgot.
I asked, you wouldn't tell me.
I forgot. So at the end of the show on Friday, you told us where you were going on Saturday for a little therapy, hot and cold tub therapy.
Yes. As I mentioned, my body was feeling very banged up. The weightlifting, the baseball, the getting old, aging, my body was feeling a little bit broken down. And I thought to myself, I know what I need. I just can't find it. I need a hot tub and a cold tub. And a sauna would be pretty rad. Or a steam room would be amazing. Just get in there, back and forth. And let me just get my body right. I've got this big tournament in Arizona next week, and I want to get my body feeling right. And the season was long. We played a lot of games, and I'm getting older. And I had pain in my hips, my groin, my foot, my back, everything hurt, right? And I just go, man, hot and cold tub is what I need. So I go to Google and I find a place in Kearney Mesa off of Convoy. And it's a spa, a day spa. And I think, okay, it looks good. Price is right. $40. Can't beat that. You get 2 hours for $40. Now, I'd been to one before. My wife sent me to one years ago. And I walked into the men's part of it, and I felt uncomfortable because it was a lot of nude men, like just a lot of nude dudes in there. And they were staring at me as they were sitting in their respective tubs, staring at me when I walked in.
Dudes just staring at each other.
Are you sure you're not just being self-conscious?
Maybe a little bit of both.
Right.
But I don't like to be nude around strangers. I think that's standard. We all of us could agree. Like even at fantasy camp, I don't parade around there nude. Some guys do.
Yeah.
Some guys do. They hang the brain and the whole thing, and they have no problem with it. They let it flow.
Ben.
And so I went Saturday, and I was nervous. I had a 1:00 appointment. I got there at 12:45. I walked in. I paid. They gave me this stack of stuff, and it was 3 towels. It was some pants and a V-neck pullover. And I thought, when am I supposed to wear this? So I walk in, I got swimsuit on, t-shirt, and shower shoes. Walk in, find my locker, put my stuff in, and I'm in my swimsuit. And I look around, I go, it's pretty empty in here. This is great. And I walk out to the area where you need to shower first. You want to get all the doo-doo off you before you get in the tubs. Makes sense. But as I'm walking in, I see the sign that says, no articles of clothing allowed in the tubs. And I went, and that wave washed over me where I said, all right, dude, you're going in and you're going to have to do this naked. How much is the pain worth it to you? And I said, I'm in pain. It's worth it. So I grabbed a towel, took my own.
What's the room like?
Okay. So
how many pools?
I was in the locker room. So you walk in the first room and there's 6 showers in front of you. To the right of it's the cold tub, and then the right of that is the hot tub. Behind this way, like facing the hot tub and cold tub, is a wet sauna and a dry sauna.
Is the tub for one, or is it a large tub for multiple people?
It's for multiple people, but
like
it's
a standard
not
hot
huge.
tub size.
Yeah.
What's right around
Yeah,
there?
standard. Yeah,
Okay.
6 people.
Okay.
Yeah, 5-6 people, fairly comfortably.
It's not a bathtub size,
Right.
It's
Like a
bigger than that.
jacuzzi.
Okay.
The cold tub is a little bit smaller. Stevens wants to know if I did a little landscaping before. The answer is yes, I did. So I walk in and I'm looking around. I go, this is great, because you didn't see there was not a ton of people and there was nobody in the showers. So I pulled the bathing suit off, towel around my waist, walked up to the shower, hung the towel, did the shower. And then I looked over and there was a guy in the hot tub. And he was a bigger guy. He had a ponytail. And I thought, I'm going to start in the cold tub because there's no one in that. So I walked down in it. Oh, my God. Up to my waist. And I'm in there for about 2 minutes just to get, just get going. And then I go, ooh, I need the hot tub. So I get up and I, again, get out of the cold tub, walk over to the hot tub. And think about this. He's leaned back in the hot tub. The stairs are directly in front of him. I have to walk nude down the stairs with my cold tub wiener into the hot tub as he's leaned back with his arms like he's waiting for me.
Oh my God.
And I have to walk down the stairs. Of course, you do the grab to like you're adjusting, but you're not adjusting.
Right.
You're just covering up. You do like the and then you get down in the water. Then I get next to him, and I'm a foot from him. I'm back in the corner. He's there. No one says a word. So you're
just like, hey, how are you?
I'm doing this. Like stretching, like moving my quads over to the jets, getting my hammies on the jets, getting my feet on the jets just to get loose.
You're showing
hot
very
tub.
professional behavior.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there and
he's
just chilling.
Oh,
Paulie,
my God.
on a scale of 1 to 10, the uncomfortability at this point is about an 8. And I'm breathing. I'm like,
that's like creepy killer movie stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, hi, I've been waiting for you.
as I walk down the stairs.
What is he supposed to be doing though? He's
Turn
there.
around. Something. I don't know.
about that. That'd be even more awkward.
So
He's just sitting. He's just sitting there. He's not saying anything. He's just sitting there.
So I'm in
like
there.
He's supposed to be doing.
So I'm right. So I'm in there for a couple minutes, and I go, all right. Now you can't see in the wet sauna. It's steam, so you can't see who's in there. You can see who was in the dry sauna, and there were 2 dudes in there in the dry sauna. Both
Same rules apply, or is this only for the tubs?
Oh no, everyone's nude
You
all
can't
the
have
time.
a towel or anything
Nope.
in the sauna.
No,
just cheeks
You're
on
just
wood.
cheeks on wood, and they are both ripped, tattooed. One of them has bleach blonde hair. The body was incredible. Like he was an incredible body. I'm going to tell you
Now
that
who's
right
the
now.
one who's looking?
So I you don't have a choice. So then I decide, all right, well, that looks like a full house. I'm just going to go into the steam room. Can't see in there. There's a couple dudes in there in the steam room. And it smells in there. It always does. The steam rooms don't smell good.
No.
You walk in, you get hit in the face with that.
mildewy because of
Mildewy, yeah.
all the
So I take my
steam over the time.
I
that's
take my
there.
towel on and I sit in the steam room, and you do the lean forward because you're not just hanging on the thing. So you just lean forward. And there's a couple dudes in there, and I've encountered now 5 people. No one has said, "What's up?" No one has said, "Hey, how you doing? What are you in for?" Nothing.
It's not prison.
Nothing.
What are you in for?
So
Stole a car.
tight hammy. So then I'm in there, and you're looking, and you're like, it's very steamy in here. These guys God only knows what they're doing over there. I know they're here, but I can't see what they're doing. So I'm in there, and then I leave. Now I happen to notice on the door to the spa and the steam room, it says, "No sexual acts will be tolerated.
Oh,
You will be banned and or prosecuted." And I thought to myself, Paulie and I went to a day spa in Arizona at a very nice resort before fantasy camp. We had the time of our lives.
cost a little more than $40.
A little more than $40. That said, they didn't have those signs there. Those signs did not exist. So when I saw the sign, I go, what goes on in here?
Something tells me maybe those signs didn't used to be there, and then something happened, and maybe happened a few times, and they said, we should probably put this sign up and cover our own.
But you also wonder, is that to cover their ass, or is that to just say, hey, listen, if we don't see it, it didn't happen? I don't have any idea. I don't know what kind of place this is. I really don't. Now, I've heard of places that you can go to fulfill your desires, right? I didn't know if this was that place. I didn't know if it was understood that, like, hey, man, if you come in here, get ready. I had no idea. I really had no clue. I'm there for therapy and treatment only. And I sat in there for maybe 30
You don't have to lie to us.
I maybe was in there for 30 seconds and was like, oh, back to the cold tub I go. So I just did the rotation. Now, so I'm leaving. I was only there all in, guys. I called Hannah. My appointment was at 1. I called Hannah at 1:20 and was like, I'm on my way home. She goes, oh, no, what happened?
20 minutes.
I go, well, because I was 15 early. So
Okay.
about 35. That's all I needed. I felt good after I didn't feel good. My body felt good. I felt uncomfortable, but I called her. I go,
So you
I'm on
just
my way
showed
home.
up. You
Walked
spent
in.
more time driving than you were actually there.
Yes.
Easily.
Oh, yeah.
You walked in, got naked, jumped in the hot tub, cold tub, sauna, gone.
Yeah.
Just 30 minutes.
Hannah said that our friend Kev told her that they did get in some trouble before for the old and she forgot to tell me.
Oh.
So apparently it's happened in there.
Is there anything you forgot to tell her?
I did not forget to tell anybody anything, but I went in, and then as I was leaving, they had one of the guys there that was working there, the Italian bird with the long hair. He was done, and he has the spa towel, and he has his shower shoes in his hand, and he's cleaning his shower shoes with the towel. And the guy that worked there, I thought he might kill him. I thought he was like, no. And he's like, don't worry. These are my shower shoes. I only wear them in here. They're clean. No. You don't clean with these towels. You don't clean. He's not he's screaming. So I'm like, get me out of here. I'm at my locker and I'm like, I got to get out of here. I don't know what's about to happen. So I went. It worked. I felt great. My legs felt 10 years younger. And I think I'll go back.
You'll be back this Saturday.
I think I'll go back before the tournament. I really do. I do wonder what the down times are. I would like to go if there was no one there. That would be ideal.
Private spa.
But it certainly was. I had to laugh on the way home, and I go, only I get myself into these, but I signed up for it. I literally signed up and paid to do it. But I thought, man, fellas are going to get it.
Nothing untoward happened to you. You were fine.
I was fine.
You were fine.
I wasn't. One guy made me slightly uncomfortable in that you can't help but
look. You were already prepared to be uncomfortable, so you didn't really have to do much to make you feel uncomfortable.
One guy made me slightly uncomfortable in the fact that, I'm trying to think of the best way to dance around this. The rest of us were in our natural state, chilling. This guy pretty much walked around with like a half the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like not full, but walking around going, that's more than it needs to be. I think at this point, I think it's more than it needs to be.
I think you're the one who's carrying too much.
Maybe. It worked. It worked.
You had a good experience.
How about this then? The three of us, we go together this week or next weekend before my tournament. We all go, my treat. And I'll show you how comfortable it is. Deal?
As long as I don't have to get in the cold tub. I hate cold tubs.
For your birthday.
Hate cold tubs.
We'll go for your birthday. On me. Take some video. It'll be great.
I don't think you're
sure
that
there's a sign that probably prohibits you from taking videos.
Tian says, what's this going back? I need the therapy. I need the half and I need the tubs that are offered.
All right, we can be done with foreplay now. Are we good?
I feel like foreplay was just getting started, if I'm being honest with you.
All right, let's take a timeout. We'll get started with the weekend that was in baseball. What from Friday night all the way through last night.
No doubt.
Playoff baseball. Really
incredible.
At its finest, its best form. The only thing that can make it better would be if it included the San Diego Padres, but pretty much everyone I talked to said if the Padres played in any of those games, I would have died. I would have died if the Padres were playing in any of those decisive game fives.
Friday would have put me in the grave. That you couldn't have. I would have been under the bed watching.
I was saying, after the Phillies' heartbreaking loss, I'm like, I don't think we're built for playoff baseball here.
I don't think human beings are. I don't think Phillies fans are.
I don't know how San Diegans would have reacted had the Padres season ended that way, like a throwing error.
We will set the menu, get you ready for the Monday edition of Ben and Woods. What a start that was already to the week. We'll come back after Kelly's traffic. On San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3. The Fan. What kind of a weekend it was, though. I played a little prize picks. You can do the same. It is very easy. This is a great time of the year to do it, whether you're watching college football, pro football, the baseball playoffs, basketball season is getting underway, hockey season is getting underway. You've got lineups that you can set all day long with prize picks, which is daily fantasy with tens of millions of users and over $1 billion in awarded winnings. They know what they're doing. They make it simple. They make it fun. They make it easy. You're just setting lineups against the numbers, picking more or less against statistical projections. And the more you put in your lineup, the more you can win, or you can make smaller lineups and try to win smaller amounts and build up that way. The first way you build up, though, is when you download the app, you use the code KWFN and get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code KWFN to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. So you're setting your lineups, watching some basketball. Hey, more or less Steph Curry, 3-pointers, points. You're watching football. It's Patrick Mahomes you're watching last night on touchdown passes or total passing yards. It's easy and simple to play with Prize Picks. Tons of tier ones are doing it now as well. I've been doing it for over a year, having a ton of fun, and you make real money because you're watching sports anyway, so why not do it? It's Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for details.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort. Now open.
This hour, 97.3 The Fan, brought to you by U.S. Wellness Meats. U.S. Wellness Meats offers 100% grass-fed beef, pork, poultry. You can make your own bratwursts, Woods. Wild-caught seafood and more, shipped free from family farms. Get 20% off your first order at uswellnessmeats.com. We really have more than we can probably get to on the program today. We'll certainly talk about the baseball playoffs coming up here. Padres, a little bit of news over the weekend in our first hour. Hopefully we'll get to the Aztecs' big win on Saturday night. Very impressive start to the season.
Massive.
For San Diego State football.
Are they a wagon or what? Like, they're a wagon right now.
Yeah, it's time to jump on. I mean, Sean Lewis is asking every week if you would please jump onto their bandwagon, and they're giving you reasons to do so. So we'll talk a little San Diego State. Maybe get to a little bit of the NFL. Had an incident last night after Sunday Night Football. Brawl on the field between the Chiefs and the Lions. Then at 7:35, we'll have our first guest of the week. It'll be our friend Craig Elsten, who joins us on our David P. Shapiro fan hotline. Facing criminal charges, trust David P. Shapiro criminal defense attorneys, helping clients regain control since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. In the second half of Ben and Woods, our Padres Smörgåsbord of the day, and we're going to take a closer look at all of the free agents that are set to either leave the Padres, and we'll explore if there's any of those free agents that we think are worth the, free agent price to bring them back. And we'll go all the way through from the top guys, obviously, like, Dylan Cease, Luis Ariz, Michael King, all the way down the roster, and just kind of taking it. Let's say where you have to start, right? Your off season, like
take your temperature,
your own free agents, right, before you start looking at the rest of the market, like which are the guys that you want to at least explore bringing back. So we'll go through that on our Padres Smörgåsbord. Paulie will have a Rindle report in our 9 o'clock hour, and we'll have our regular features like Don't Do This, Take on Woods, got the tickets to Jerry Seinfeld and the trip to Las Vegas to try to qualify for, and more. So that's what we've got coming up on the menu today, but want to start in the world of the baseball playoffs. The whole weekend was really fantastic. We'll do that after another check of traffic with Kelly here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Got an accident on the coastline, northbound 5 before Harbor Drive. Tow trucks on scene. Couple of vehicles involved. Everything's over to the right shoulder. Fortunately, no other trouble spots to mention at this time. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Paulie, nice job. We had our first YouTube traffic video, and he had a lot of Easter eggs hidden in the traffic video. Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Just running there. And hopefully everyone in our YouTube stream enjoyed our new traffic video.
Hey, great job, Paulie.
While Kelly's doing her report. All right. I want to start actually all the way back on Friday night.
Oh, please.
Game that was absolutely
Oh.
one of the most insane, tense playoff games I've ever seen. And it went 15 innings. It was one of the best pitched matchups. Tarek Skubal against George Kirby. 13 strikeouts for Skubal. Unbelievable. They go, the Mariners find a way to, tie it up. It's tied 2-2 going into extra innings, and they just keep playing and playing. And then they have to start bringing in starters out of the bullpen to keep it going. 13th inning, 14th inning. I mean, it was one of the most epic theatrical baseball games I can remember.
Not according to LA Times columnist Bill Plaschke. You see this absolute fire take from Bill. Classic baseball, more like classic bore. Bunch of guys swinging from their heels, mindlessly trying for home runs. This is why they should keep the ghost runner rule during the playoffs. It leads to better baseball. Bill, not everything has to have a counterpoint. I don't know how a baseball fan watches that game and says, that sucked. God, that was terrible.
If you're a Tigers fan.
Correct. Even a Tigers fan's got to say, that was amazing.
I think if you were a fan of either of those teams, and you can
worst
just
night
say,
of your life.
That was a horrible experience, that's fair. Because I was like ready to vomit, and I couldn't have cared less.
I didn't have a dog in the fight per se, but there were so many opportunities for both teams to crack through. The inning that that really runs to mind, Tigers pitcher Montero comes in.
Keener Montero.
He walks a guy, throws one away on a pickoff. So now you got a runner at second. I think he walked the next guy. They're first and second, nobody outs. And you're going, this is it. This is it. They've got it. Mariners are going to walk this off, and it's over. He gets out of it. He gets a comebacker, double play. They get out of it.
Didn't they get out of with double plays in the 13th and the 14th, I think?
They played. They got play. They had plays at the plate. They had everything you could ask for. And as you mentioned, the Mariners, Benny, going to their bullpen of starters. Luis Castillo pitched an inning and a third in relief. Logan Gilbert, who had not, by the way, thrown out of a bullpen since he was at Stetson University in 2017, goes out there and works 2 scoreless innings. All hands on deck.
The Stetson Hatters, by the way.
Yeah, that's right. All hands on deck to win what was one of the best baseball games you'll ever see. I realized that it wasn't some offensive explosion. And I got to tell you this too. I couldn't be more in favor of the different rules in the playoffs. Works for hockey. They have different rules in playoff hockey as well. I like it because this is not a game I need to see in April. It's not a game I need to see in May.
I agree with you. As fun as that was, I don't want that in the regular season. I think the Manfred Man, I've come to accept, was a really good idea for the regular season. In fact,
Manfred Man is a band.
I know. That's what they call the runner at
I
second
thought it was
base.
the Manfred rule.
The Manfred Man is the guy
Manfred
that you
Man.
put out on. It's a double entendre with the band.
I got him. Like, I'd never heard that.
You haven't heard that one?
No, I always hear the Manfred rule.
People say Ghost Runner, but it's not. He's really there. So
Yeah, he's the
Ghost
man.
Runner
Yeah.
is not. So
That's
he's
right.
the
I never
man
heard
who's
that.
out there. So I've heard them use Manfred Man, which I think is a great description of the free runner at second base in extra innings. But you do that in the regular season,
You're dead.
so you don't do it in the playoffs.
Correct.
So you can save all year long and not play 14, 17 inning games in the regular season. So in the playoffs,
What is the longest game you can remember in the regular season since the new rule?
I think there's been
12
I think there was a 14 once, and it
Once.
was rare. I mean, it's because they each score one.
Yeah,
every inning
1-1,
going forward.
1-1.
They keep getting the run in,
Yeah.
but that's the only way it keeps going. But I remember like how many years ago was it when the Padres played that 22 inning game against the Rockies? Torched them for like a month.
Yeah.
Like it wrecked them for a month when
Yeah.
you do that. And it's random, it's capricious, it can happen to any team, and it shouldn't be happening in the regular season. But in the playoffs, that's what you live for as a baseball fan, is a game like that, where you have to. And yeah, there were 37 strikeouts, but more than half of those were in the first 6 innings with the 2 starters. So I don't agree with Plaschke's take that they were just swinging from their heels. They were going for base hits. They were trying to get runners on
They
base.
were trying to bunt guys over
with 2 outs in the 12th inning. Yeah, go ahead, swing hard and try
100%.
to end the game. That's your best chance to score a run. You're being smart there, but they were trying to get runners over, runners in somehow, some way. They just couldn't do it until the bottom of the 15th, when J.P. Crawford singled. Randy Arozarena was hit by a pitch. Actually missed those 2. The only 2 at bats of that game I missed. I fell asleep, and I woke up and I go, "Oh, we got to rally again. Here we go!" And I stayed up for the end to see Cal Raleigh's line out to center field that advanced the runners to second and third, and then Jorge Polanco. Kicking off what turned out to be a very big weekend for Jorge Polanco,
No kidding.
with his game-winning RBI single to end it. 5 hours. How many pitches were thrown again? 300 and some 50 something.
More than that, I think.
More than that.
Well, I know the Mariners threw something to the effect of 130 sliders.
Yeah,
That's
like
all
60+%, the highest percentage they've ever tracked in a game.
Yeah, just throwing slider after slider after slider after slider. And AJ Pierzynski wouldn't let everybody on the planet stop hearing about that because it's all he talked about for about
Polanco's
6 innings.
Big swing on the 472nd pitch of the game.
That's
Wow.
so much juice, man. It's so much. It's so many pitches. It's so long, grinds you down so bad, and both teams clinging to it, man, holding on for dear life onto the life raft there, trying not to drown. And at the end of the day, the Seattle Mariners just outlasted them, Benny, in a war of attrition. Tommy Kahnle's the one that served it up. And yeah, I mean, at that point, it's like you're not even really mad you lost that. You battled your ass off if you're the Detroit Tigers. You really did. And they just got the better of you by 1 run. It was outstanding.
The one thing you knew, though, the team that was sitting back enjoying it all, the Toronto Blue Jays,
100%.
That were going to absolutely torch whatever team was left over in Game 1 of the ALCS last night. Of course, that didn't happen at all.
Walk me through. So they wrap up that game in Seattle at what time? Local time?
It was close to 10 p.m.
10-ish,
Yeah,
yeah.
around 10 p.m.
But
in
it
Seattle.
started at what, 5?
Yeah.
So you wrap up that game. You're absolutely torched. You're torched. You've used damn near everybody on your roster.
Champagne, beer, celebration.
Do you think it was muted?
Maybe a little bit.
A little bit.
But they did it.
They did it.
Yeah, they did it.
So then they shower up, fresh, still buzzing from the Budweiser and champagne. They're still buzzed. They got a buzz. Some guys are probably hammered. They shower up.
30 minutes down to SeaTac.
They get on the bus.
Maybe they leave from Boeing Field. I have no idea.
Then they get on the plane. And then they fly how many hours to Toronto? 3, 4?
5.5.
5.5 hours to Toronto.
5.5.
They get into Toronto at 6 in the morning or something.
Well, plus the 3-hour
3 hour time
So it's really
difference.
like 9, probably 10 by the time they get to their hotel. 10
Hungover.
a.m.
Hungover.
5-hour flight.
Yeah.
Hungover. Not by now. You're hungover.
Yeah.
Workout that day?
Then, yeah, you maybe go check
Media
in the
day.
hotel. You probably come back a few hours later to do media and a workout at the Rogers Center. Get the lay of the land. That's part of the responsibilities.
And then you play the next day.
And then you got to play
The
on
Toronto Blue
Sunday
Jays.
night against the Toronto Blue Jays, who've been sitting around for a few days just licking their chops at this opportunity.
I mean, they looked last night when the game started. They looked exhausted. They panned at one point.
David says they didn't even fly until Sunday mid-morning. They skipped the workout. Okay, so they didn't do the workout. They got there, did the minimal media requirements for the manager, and just got there and played.
They panned to J.P. Crawford at one point, and he was at short. He had just made a play, and they panned to him. His eyes were half shut, and he gave like this, like us after a round table. This exact same look. And I looked at that, I go, these guys got to be gassed. There's no way they win tonight. Betting money was obviously on the Toronto Blue Jays. And that's why sometimes baseball makes no sense at all, because here we've been sitting. We've been getting our workouts in. We reset our pitching rotation. Gossman's ready to go. You guys are dead. You're dead. You're on E.
Yeah, Bryce Miller on 3 days rest.
On 3 days rest.
And first pitch, he gives up a bomb. We go, oh, it's going to be one of these days.
Bloodbath.
15-0 Blue Jays, something like that.
Isn't that insane how baseball works?
And then he doesn't give up anything else. He only gave up one more hit in six innings. And that was it. And, of course, Gossman was really good. Did they leave him in too long, though, as the Mariners were able to take the lead there in the top of the 6th inning on the Cal Raleigh home run, and then the Jorge Polanco, another RBI single.
Check this
Brendan
out.
Little.
Blue Jays offense following George Springer's leadoff home run. 1 for 28.
Good
1 for 28.
God.
1 hit. 1 for 28. You're not feeling there's nothing better you could do as a Toronto Blue Jay. George Springer hits that ball, and it just explodes off his bat over the right center field wall, and you're like, you're dead. And the Mariners are like, oh man, we're gonna run out of gas here. And sure enough, they did not. They did not run out of gas, and they knuckled down and again found a way to win against a really, really great team. 1 for 28 after that bomb. That's staggering. The postseason history, teams winning game 1 in any best of 7 series have gone on to take that series 126 of 194 times. That is 65%. Wow. That's such a huge win to steal on the road. Such a huge win. And now your job's done.
And
your
now
job's
Logan
done.
Gilbert, who pitched in relief, is going to start game 2 this afternoon. So they're going to have 2 games under their belts before we even start the NLCS.
Unbelievable.
That's how quickly they had to turn around to Toronto. And then they're right back to Seattle after the game this afternoon.
Oh, my God.
Fly all the way back across the country and back home. You'd think at some point maybe the Mariners might, they're still running on adrenaline and fumes, but might hit a wall in one of these games.
You think so?
We'll see.
Baseball's weird, man.
Baseball is strange. Meanwhile, in the National League Division Series, Saturday night was Game 5 between the Brewers and the Cubs. After the Cubs had taken both games at Wrigley to force a game back in Milwaukee on Saturday night, this one was all solo home runs on Saturday. William Contreras off Drew Pomeranz, the opener in the first inning. Then Seiya Suzuki off Big Miz. Jacob Mizorowski in the top of the second to tie it up, but then Andrew Vaughn goes deep off former Padre Colin Ray in the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Brewers did not give up any other runs. A solid performance again as they beat the Chicago Cubs 3-1 on Saturday to take that series 3-2.
Yeah. It was amazing. Amazing. So now you got Brewers, Dodgers, and you've got already a 1-0 lead for the Seattle Mariners over the Toronto Blue Jays. Again, playing again today at, I think, 2:03 p.m. for that game. And then the Dodgers will be Dodgers Brewers at 5 in Milwaukee. So I'm sure you guys saw over the weekend Dodger fans twisting themselves into a pretzel to want to get this underdog narrative out there. You guys saw this, right?
Did, yeah. Mike
Thoughts?
Snell played into it.
Yeah, your thoughts on
Dave
that?
Roberts played into it.
Oh, Dave did. I didn't see that.
Shocker.
As always, the Dodgers trying to frame themselves as they did last year as the underdogs in this series. And have we lost all meaning of the word underdog?
Oh, they have.
The word underdog is based on, the odds of the series.
Right,
And
so where it comes from.
if you look just in game 1 here on the road, Los Angeles at Milwaukee, Dodgers are heavy favorites, -160 favorites in game 1 on the road already. They're not only not underdogs, they're heavy favorites to win this series.
Let me ask this as a deeper, and maybe Dodger fan answer this for me. We had some nice discussions over the weekend. I was called fat, bloated, loser. Let's keep it civil because I really want to know the psychology behind it, right? You're the new evil empire. Why don't you guys act like it? Why don't you beat and thump your chest that you spent more money and you have better players? Wouldn't you do? I would do that. That's how I would roll.
I would assume that.
What's the psychology
I would assume
behind
that when
wanting
you are
to be that?
embracing your dominance, you're also adding a lot of pressure. Like, well, we're supposed to win. We better, and then you feel the pressure. Like, if anything goes wrong, it starts slipping away. When you frame yourself as the underdog, we're not supposed to win. Do you play a little more free and easy? Like, we've got nothing to lose.
But like,
We're lucky to even be here. That's why teams do that, right?
Hannibal Lecter thinks that's insane. He thinks that's an insane narrative. Your payroll is $200 million
It's
more.
clearly farcical. It is.
No, there are people, Ben, I know how to take the piss, and they take the piss out of me too. And that's fine. If you're doing it as a bit and saying, oh, here we go, gritty underdogs, I can get behind it. It's a bit. When I have think pieces written in my DMs about why they are actually, no, if you think about it, they beat us 6 times this year. We didn't win a game against them.
I mean, yeah, you can point.
They have home field advantage.
You can point at those pieces of evidence and at least make what seems like a reasonable case.
But
if you're a Dodger fan trying to say the underdog.
It's massively, in fact, it's unreasonable. And all you have to do is look at the starting pitchers. So game 1 is going to be, we may throw Quinn Priester or Jose Quintana. We don't know yet. We're going to throw Blake Snell 1, Yamamoto 2. Shohei may or may not pitch. We don't know yet. Then we're going to have Snell and Yamamoto again, and Glasnow is going to be in there too. You're not an underdog with a starting 5 like that. You're just not. And stop pretending that you are. You make yourself sound more casual than the rest of us think you are.
If anyone out there wants to sell the Dodgers as an underdog, I am buying. What kind of odds are you going to give me? 3-1, 4-1?
Yeah.
I'll put up 100. You put up 300, 400. If the Dodgers win, I win 400. If the Brewers win, you can win your favored status $100 from me.
Deal.
No one's going to take that bet. That's
Correct.
why, underdog is based on the actual odds of winning the series. And no one in their right mind would lay odds and say, yeah, I'd say the Dodgers are, 3-1, 4-1 against winning this series. No chance.
They've been the favorites to win the World Series since day one.
Well, even Mike Petriello, because I tweeted it right after it was over. I was like, here we go, David versus Goliath, because that's what it is. It's David versus Goliath. I mean, you want to go through the lineup? Like, let's go. All-star, MVP. You know what I mean? And the Brewers have great players. They played really good baseball this year. There's no doubt about it.
Pat Murphy said it himself. He said, I don't know how many of our guys would even make that team.
Would make their team.
But that's not what this is about. The playoffs are different. Blah, blah, blah.
Hey, so I'm not saying that David beat Goliath. Let's not forget in that story, David beat Goliath. They absolutely have a chance. But I think it's going to be a 5-game series at best. And I think the Dodgers win that in a 5-game series, and I don't think it's particularly close.
All right, in case you missed it, MLB hands out fines and suspensions to San Diego Padres. Get to that coming up. Hour number 2 next on The Fan. Break the rules, face the consequences. For the San Diego Padres, announced on Friday, Woods, that Jose Iglesias and Xander Bogaerts were both fined, and Iglesias received a 1-game suspension for their interaction with umpires, including DJ Rayburn, following Game 3 against the Chicago Cubs in the National League Wildcard Series. Saw the video on social media. Umpires trying to exit the field through the Padres dugout. Iglesias kind of walks up toward Rayburn to say something. Rayburn claps back. Then Xander kind of gets mad and gets up high and yells and screams at Rayburn. I don't know that Major League Baseball announces any discipline toward umpires. They probably do not.
Of course not.
But my guess would be that
when has there ever been accountability
Well,
in baseball for umpires? I've seen umpires start stuff just as much as I've seen players start stuff, and they don't get suspended. They don't get fined. They don't have to issue apologies.
You wouldn't know if they were missing a game, though, because they don't announce.
Somebody would have found out.
They don't announce any of the suspensions, but my guess is that DJ Rayburn, at the very least, got a talking to about, you're supposed to rise above it and walk straight
Just
up.
keep walking.
Those players, you missed a big call. Those players obviously are hot. You're walking right through their dugout. If you're not ready to just turn the other cheek and walk through, then you're not doing your job as an umpire there.
Is it not protocol for umpires to walk off to the winning side?
I don't know.
I honestly
how,
thought it was.
Usually they actually have their own exit in a lot of stadiums, I believe, where they can not even go past players at all.
Petco Park, you have to go very close to the third base dugout, but you don't actually go in the third base dugout.
But at Wrigley, it's so small. I don't know if they have the option of going anywhere else.
It's very antiquated at Wrigley Field. Come on down to the trap door. They'll just they have a trap door that just slide you down. Look, I'm not going to go full homer on this one. I'm not, because I think Xander and Jose were in the wrong, and I think that looking to that guy as a scapegoat for how crappily you played is not. That's not what I want to see. And, I think they're lucky that's all they got, to be honest with you. I think they are lucky that that's all they got. Lou says, did I hear what the umpire said? No, I saw him jawing. I saw he wasn't head down like a wilting flower, man. He was walking through and he started barking too. And you guys know I'm not the world's biggest umpire fan, but when they start barking back, you oftentimes see them spoiling for a fight. When they rip their mask off and they charge towards a player that's walking away, that says, I want to fight. I'm going to goad you into this. For me, the sting of an underperforming offense against a team you should have handled. I'm not saying it was a bad look even. I'm just saying I'm not going to go full homer on this and start screaming at DJ Rayburn when, we had plenty of opportunities to win that series. It did not come down to one call. And that's what I'm still pissed about that. Like, as bad as that call was, my immediate reaction was the same. Don't let the guys off the hook for one bad call.
I do agree in the sense that Major League Baseball couldn't just do nothing, and just say, our umpires are simply,
there for your
you can do whatever you want as
right.
you walk off the field, yell at them as much as you want. So they had to do something. I don't know that they needed to suspend Jose Iglesias for a game. Not that that's a huge deal, but he's a free agent, which means, whatever team that signs him knows that they've got a suspension. It's just one game. I don't think that's going to stop any team.
Prorate your salary. You missed $65 on opening day, buddy. You're fine.
From signing him, but I thought a fine for both would have been more than sufficient.
I think it's probably a check Xander was happy to write. If I'm being completely honest, he got it out. You said your piece, and and
I don't think he was going to say anything at all until Rayburn started clapping back at Jose Iglesias.
Xander's a pretty chill guy,
and then he felt like he had to, this is my guy too, and I was involved in this, so I can't just stay on the sidelines. So Xander was almost forced to, take part in what was going on once those two had begun the interaction. I'm not surprised, and Xander won't be facing a suspension at least, so he'll be able to start the season on day one.
It is funny though. Cole says, when are we going to start holding umpires accountable? And I think it starts next year when the ABS system comes in. When you are again, we hear all the time from big leaguers, former big leaguers, and I think this is the right stance, guys. These guys are excellent at their jobs. They're excellent. Excellent. You have guys that have crap games, but still, what's a crap game in the big leagues? 94% of calls right or something. Like, it's so difficult. Watch these guys throw. I have a tremendous, I sound like Mike SHILDT right now. I got a tremendous amount of respect for these guys, man.
It's a hard job.
It's a hard job, man. I tell them all the time, man, it's a hard job. I sound just like SHILDT, but it's true. But accountability has come knocking, and it starts with the ability next year to go, bro, tap your helmet and wrong. I told you, you're an idiot, right? That's the accountability. And I'm so happy that that's coming. I'm so happy that that's coming. So we wanted accountability. That's accountability. Somebody air checking their job in real time every game. Because you know this, man, when they blow a call at first base, and there's been a couple of egregious, like, that guy was out by a foot or two. What are you looking at? It's happened a couple times in the playoffs. That guy doesn't want to go over and go, after further review, the call on the field is reversed. The runner is safe. That's some accountability. I'm all for that, and I'm all for ABS, and I think it's going to be great.
99% of the time, games end, and it's fine. Players can interact afterwards, say hi, umpires, referees, whatever. The game wasn't that tense at the end. Everyone's already kind of gotten through their emotions. But there is that 1% of the time, and we saw it last night on Sunday Night Football as well, where emotions are still running hot at the end of the game, and you've got everybody on the field interacting with each other. This now wasn't an umpire-player situation. It was a player-on-player situation with Brian Branch of the Detroit Lions and Juju Smith-Schuster. And I don't know if anyone saw this last night, but Patrick Mahomes, after the Chiefs win, went to give, handshakes to the other team. Branch blew him off. He walked by him, gave him I'm not shaking your hand, which is insulting. And then Juju Smith-Schuster went to defend the honor of his quarterback, say, hey, something what's going on here? He went to shake Brian Branch's hand, and then Branch just cold cocked him on the side of the head.
Slapped him. Yeah. Slapped him in the face,
which was condemned even by Branch's head coach, Dan Campbell, who after the game, in no uncertain terms, said, I love Brian Branch, but he was wrong. That was absolutely wrong.
He went, and there's a still shot of Dan Campbell running into the fray, and he grabs Branch by the back of the neck, basically, and is like, he knew he screwed up in that spot. But yeah, man, at the end of the game, emotions are high. It is true, though. Once the whistle blows, you do see these guys hey, man, we just kicked each other's ass for 2 hours straight. How we doing, baby? Tell the family I said hello. But every now and then, it's the coaches. They'll come out. They didn't like that play that they called. They didn't like that they ran it up. They didn't like that they kicked it or called timeout. There's all kinds. When you see the coaches start to get into it after the game, the players are usually the chill ones. It's sometimes the coaches, but night.
I feel like sometimes we ask as fans, we ask the impossible of these players and coaches. Yeah. We want you to care so much that you're willing to sacrifice your body, your health, your emotional well-being for 3 hours to just absolutely battle against this other team. But then 5 seconds after it's over, we expect you to be the paragon of sportsmanship.
Yes.
Go out, yes, shake hands. You've forgotten everything that happened, all the dirty stuff that happened on the field. You've completely forgotten about it. And you are now the paragon of sportsmanship 5 seconds after the game. And I think we're kind of asking the impossible sometimes, that guys need a cooling off period of a few minutes before they can sometimes have a friendly interaction with their opponent that they were just beating up on for literally hours and hours.
Yeah, Brian Branch said after, he said, it was childish on my part. He said, but he said he was blocked in the back illegally at the end of the game in front of referees. He didn't get the call, and he got frustrated after. So when it came time to be all lovey-dovey, he's like, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. And took a slap.
I mean, I don't want to say that you shouldn't have handshakes after the game. That seems like it's too far, but at the same time, these will continue to happen. Every once in a while,
you're going to have those.
You're going to keep having incidents like this. They're going to occur. And I don't think there's any way to stop them. Emotions are too frayed at the end of tense games that someone, especially when you have a football team with 53 guys out there.
Yeah, dude.
That's 106 players. And in this case, Branch was the one that was just running a little too hot and emotional and did not control himself and snapped, and it led to a major incident. Of course, everyone starts brawling on the field.
Yeah,
you just can't leave it,
Okay, let him go.
Let him go.
No,
you can't do that. So everyone's got to jump in at that point. And all it takes is 1 out of 106, which is less than 1% of the players out there did anything wrong after the game. But it leads to a major incident.
And now, suspensions, things like that. You really hurt your team. You saw, what was the first game of the season that offensive lineman spit in somebody's face? He was there for one play. They're like, that's it. He's ejected from the game. Like, it's things like that. You look at, you're like, hey man, now you cost us maybe potentially next week. So yeah, it is what it is. These are grown men that act like children. Sometimes it happens.
All right, that's a don't do this on its own.
Yeah.
But we have a pretty good don't do this segment, I think. So I want to make sure we have enough time for it coming up, including hot mic audio. I know that's always one of your favorites. The Angels apparently going full Major League, and I mean Major League like the movie, not like Major League Baseball, with some comments we saw over the weekend. And on the do this side, a Major League Baseball owner, it's hard to surprise you nowadays, but a Major League Baseball owner actually surprised me in a positive way over the weekend. I wanted to make sure that he got his due credit. We'll get to all of that coming up, and then Craig Elsten will join us at the bottom of the hour. We'll probably talk some Aztecs as well with Craig, as well as Padres and Major League Baseball and more, all coming up on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
Satan's Blowfish says, Ben absolutely could not resist the urge to point out that 1 in 106 is less than 1%. Well, I do like to think about the odds, which is why I enjoy Texas Hold'em when I go to 7 Mile Casino. You're always kind of calculating the odds, recalculating the odds in your mind as you're playing Texas Hold'em. And as the new cards come out, all right, this changes the equation. You bet accordingly. That's why it's my favorite card game at 7 Mile.
I mean, I love California-style blackjack. I'm not a big math guy. I can add to 21, which helps. But there's a ton of odds that you need to be aware of in California-style blackjack as well.
You know the game.
Yeah, you can know the game.
You know when to double down.
That's right.
You know when to split.
That's right. I rarely split unless it's aces. I don't like
Always
these. I know you're supposed to.
Always
I know, but I feel like I never win.
I know you feel like that, but you're going to bake more in the long run if you split your eights.
Aces and eights. You know who wants me to do that? The pit boss. That's who wants me to do it.
No, he doesn't.
Splitting tens.
You know you're losing
not a
on
good
16.
idea.
You know you're losing on 16.
That's true.
Hey, learn the odds for yourself.
That's right.
And just go and have a good time at our place to play cards. So easy to get to is 7 Mile Casino.
That's right. Just 7 minutes from downtown. Got all the food that you could possibly want. The Kung Pao chicken is absolutely incredible. The 24/7 players menu, smoke-free environment as well. So just a great place to go and play cards with your buddies. It's actually a pretty decent date night place as well. I've had dinner there with my wife. I know you have done the same. So check it out for yourself at 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Okay, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Before we get to Craig Elsten at the bottom of the hour, Don't Do This is brought to you by Trust and Will.
Don't.
Leave your entire estate, house, kids, and life savings up to chance if and when you die.
Do.
Set up a Trust or Will online at trustandwill.com.
This
is a lot more affordable than you think. Visit trustandwill.com for more info. Now, I will admit, I don't know necessarily the source behind this. It's an account called Beyond the Halo, covers the Angels. Now, they have thousands of followers, including Skip Schumacher follows them, Cespedes Family Barbecue. So I think they're fairly legitimate. Tweeted last week, Yusei Kikuchi told Japanese reporters after his final start, which he exited due to cramping, that because the weight room has no air conditioning, he always does his warm-ups drenched in sweat. He wanted the Angels to fix the lack of AC, but they never did all season. And obviously, this is fairly shocking in that this is not the movie Major League. This is now billion-dollar enterprises in Major League Baseball. And while Anaheim is not the hottest location in all of baseball, it can get
not the
quite
coldest.
warm in the summer. And it's shocking to think that a team on the Major League level in the year 2025 would make their players work out in a room that was not temperature controlled at this point. Is that not shocking to everybody?
Shocking to me.
It was shocking to me, that tweet.
Having to go do your pregame routine in a literal sauna, before
some people
a game.
like to get hot
Yeah,
and warm, but
warm.
You can make that choice on your own if it's temperature controlled, or go somewhere where it's warmer, or get in, Woods' steam room or sauna to heat up that way.
All right.
But you should also have the option to prepare yourself in a cooler environment if that's what is best suited to you at the time.
I wonder if he does his all nude. Do they also have a requirement that you have to be all nude in their weight room? It's insane. That's a big league
like
ball
the movie
club.
Major League.
It is
when
man.
they have the hot tub that they need the outboard motor.
Yeah, with the motor.
You know how dangerous that would be.
What if you
just
slip
get caught
down
up in there and your feet just get chopped up to bits? No one ever talks about how unbelievably unsafe that was. The airplane with the propellers with the tape on it. But call stewardess.
I mean, if you're, there's that kind of stuff shouldn't happen at that level. It doesn't matter what team you are, what your payroll is, and they've spent money. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, they've spent money. Kikuchi's like, why me? I need to get loose. I need to get ready. And I'm back. And he ends up cramping in one of his starts because he's so dehydrated from sweat. That's really, don't you want your pitchers at top form? The best that they can be.
On how we can get worse? How about a series of fines for good play? Maybe a $30,000 bonus for the guy voted least valuable player.
Maybe the problem is we're coddling these guys too much.
I was very attracted to Rachel Dolan. Very. When I was a kid, weren't you?
Rachel Phelps.
Rachel Phelps.
Dolan's the actual owner of the
Rachel
the
Phelps.
Indians back in the day.
Yeah, I was very
Rachel
attracted
Phelps.
to her. I like a powerful woman.
So, but I mean, so Kikuchi signed a 3-year deal, so he can't go anywhere. But doesn't that impact your ability to sign free agents? If you're offering similar money and they hear stories like this, they're going to go elsewhere.
They're also going to go where they get the most money. But
yes, but if the money is
equal,
similar, then these can be deciding factors. Of course, the Angels over the weekend, more hot stove rumors that they're closing in on potentially hiring Albert Pujols as their new manager. But I can't help but think, is it because they can get a discount because they're already paying him his personal services lifetime retirement contract? And like,
they're a mess.
Do we have to pay you extra now, Albert, to manage the team, or is that just part of your deal?
I mean, we're so close to them too, and we have a lot of listeners that are Angels fans. I do say this a lot. I do sympathize with you, for you. You have some good young players. Please get your organization in order. Please, it's better when you guys are a better team, and they don't deserve that. The fans. It's so close to us too, and it does give me that sense of like, well, I know not everything's perfect here, but at least we're not the Angels. I feel that way a lot, and this story was no exception. This is one of my favorite stories of the year, and Ben forced me to do it, and don't do this. I think it should be a do this. But Dan Dickerson, radio guy for the Detroit Tigers, sat through one of the most excruciating baseball games of his entire career, a 15-inning walk-off loss. And he got caught on a hot mic after the game, and this is what it sounded like, edited.
Dan and I will be back to talk about it after this on the Detroit Tigers radio network.
And fragile.
I don't have to do a game. Oh.
You get tired.
This game recap. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that out loud?
It was.
3, 2, 1.
It was.
You're also strong.
Sounds like the "Don't Do This" goes to the board op back at the station who fired the commercial but forgot to lower his microphone so he could record his game recap afterwards.
You got to sit there, and after you have to wait. You just lost that game. It's excruciating. You've done a whole season, and you think you should be in the playoffs, and you're going to the playoff game.
It's a sponsored segment.
You got to do it.
You got to do it,
and he's got to do the.
What's the guy's name?
Dan Dickerson.
Dan Dickerson. I just imagine, what was it, like about a 5-hour game, right?
Yeah.
15 innings. Season ends. Awful loss. He's trying to get out of there. Trying to get down into the lobby.
Too, dude. He spent the whole season with this team.
Oh, yeah. You're invested as much as anybody as a broadcaster. I just imagine his phone ringing. He looks at it. Hello. Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't going to do it. I figured the post-game show can just handle all that. It's sponsored. I need you to read it.
He's like, all right, I'll effing do it. Oh,
then
that was live?
He drops a couple F-bombs. Ring, ring.
Hey.
Your mic was on.
Can you come to my office tomorrow morning, Dan?
Did they actually make him apologize?
They did, and his statement was, I want to sincerely.
He can't say that on the radio, Dan.
Said, I want to sincerely apologize for swearing during a break in the postgame last night. Our mics were inadvertently left open, but I know better than to swear into an open mic. It was said in a moment of frustration, not a reflection about how I feel about doing the game recap, just how I felt about doing it in that moment after a 5-hour, 15-inning, season-ending loss. I'm very sorry any fans had to hear it. My apologies again. Can I tell you that I searched high and low for one person that was like, this is unacceptable. I couldn't find them. They were like, Dan, we love you, bro. That's exactly how we all felt. Don't apologize. I'm actually more mad at you that you apologized. You nailed it. Yeah. Nobody wanted to hear it. You shouldn't have had to do it. It was spectacular.
It changed the rules in this country. Like after 10 p.m.
You can curse.
You can curse.
I
think like hip hop stations should be able to play the regular song. No kids are listening at 10 o'clock at night. If they are, that's on you.
I would love to hear an unfiltered game recap. All right, well, mother F, here we go. Like I would
Sammy
love
like son of a
Yeah, Sammy Levitt would never. Sammy would never. Sammy won't even say but. There's no way. There's no chance.
All right, finally, a little do this for a Monday.
DD mega do-do.
And this also surprised me. You've got your owners that you make fun of. Dick Monfort.
Bob Nutting.
But the Tampa Bay Rays longtime owner Stu Sternberg also had a reputation for frugality, at least with his major league roster. The Tampa Bay Rays have always been one of the least spending teams in Major League Baseball. Now, of course, he sold the team just recently to a developer, Patrick Zalupski, that was approved just a couple of weeks ago. $1.7 billion sale. So he's making hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars on the sale of this team and getting out and presumably go by his desert island, does what he wants with the rest of his life. But before he did that, Stu Sternberg, the owner, now former of the Tampa Bay Rays, rewarded every single one of his employees after he was gone. So he's already sold the team. They're not his employees anymore. They're not working for him anymore. More than 500 employees with cash bonuses from that sale to every single one of them based on their tenure with the team. At minimum, $25,000 for everybody.
Wow.
At maximum, a full year's salary for the longest term employees.
That is really
of the
cash.
Tampa Bay Rays.
Boom, bonus.
That is
overall
so cool.
Tens of millions of dollars.
That's amazing.
We're talking like graphic designers,
everybody,
PR,
everybody,
like grounds crew.
That's amazing.
Anything.
I mean, can
awesome.
you imagine? Because people in Major League Baseball, not players, but the people who work for Major League Baseball teams, PR, trainers, behind the scenes staff, they don't make a lot of money.
They don't.
They do it because they love baseball, and baseball knows that, so they can get away with paying less than competitive salaries to a lot of those players. So I
know a lot of those employees, by the way, are year-to-year contracts.
Yeah, man.
There's no 2 or 3 year contracts. Like you go season to season, not knowing if you have a job.
That's fun. I mean, you're part of a team, and people do that, but they give up a lot of money to do it. Can you imagine just all of a sudden one day getting an entire year's worth of salary? And what kind of difference that would make?
This is yours.
For people like that.
It's incredible.
Adam, for anything, Stu Sternberg may have done over the years that fans weren't happy with, he ends on an incredibly high note.
That's how you do it, man.
With that move as he leaves ownership of the Tampa Bay Rays.
Take care of everybody, dude, on the way out. That's there. You don't get to sell your team for that much money without the guys that were under you and working so hard. I think that is a brilliant move, and I'm glad you highlighted it because it's rare.
It is rare.
Damn rare thing these days,
is.
Benjamin.
And that is don't and do this for a Monday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, when we come back, we'll wrap up our weekend with our friend Craig Elsten will join us. Got the last SDFC game coming up. We can talk Padres. We can talk Aztecs as well.
Didn't get a lot of help, SDFC, over the weekend.
They got a little bit of help, but I've got all the tiebreakers for you, what needs to happen this week. They could still finish first.
Good.
But yeah, I'll tell you what needs to happen coming up with Craig next here on 97.3 The Fan.
But first, let me tell you again about my friends over at Eco Water about QC Kinetics. They're also my friends, and I love them the most. I do. QC Kinetics has changed my life massively. I'm not in the world's best shape, but I shudder to think what I would look like right now if I hadn't gone to QC Kinetics and got my wrists fixed up, got my knee worked on, got a PRP in my elbow as well. I'm telling you, man, QC Kinetics works. You got to go see Dr. Jackson and his team. Get to the root of where your pain stems from. All right down to the cells involved. They put these natural elements to work. Your body can revitalize your joints, literally using your own power to heal. It is a very simple injection. I don't like injections all that much, and I can handle it. No problem. So if that means, if I can, that means you absolutely can. It's not a hospital stay. Man, I can get in and out of there in like 30 minutes. So No downtime. It's all natural. So if your back, your knees, your shoulder, your hips, your wrists, whatever it is, get in there, meet Dr. Jackson and his team, and start looking beyond the same old solutions. First consultation will be free. No reason to wait. Call them now at 619-614-PAIN, 619-614-PAIN. Once again, 619-614-PAIN. Couple of different locations for you, one in Hillcrest, one in Torrey Hills. It's QC Kinetics. They will change your life. Give them a call today, 619-614-PAIN.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
You know what happens when you assume something?
Make an ass out of you and me.
A little crude, but I've always enjoyed that expression because of the wordplay involved.
I know you love wordplay.
Oh,
more than foreplay.
I made the false assumption that, the first tiebreaker for the playoffs for SDFC would be head-to-head.
Sure.
Against Vancouver, who they're battling now for first place in the Western Conference. Vancouver won over the weekend, so they've taken a 3-point lead over SDFC with 1 game to go. But I thought, if SDFC wins and Vancouver loses and they end up tied, SDFC went 1-0-1, so they won and tied. So they have the tiebreaker. It's not the first tiebreaker.
Soccer does weird stuff.
Soccer does some weird things.
Who makes the best sandwich is the actual tiebreaker.
It's not. So I looked it up just to confirm, and I realized, I totally was wrong about that. It's total victories. But the good news is if SDFC wins and Vancouver loses, they'll have one more victory than Vancouver. So they will have the tiebreakers, which means SDFC can still finish in first place in the Western Conference. They just need some help in this last game of the season.
And they have to win.
Yeah. We'll talk to Craig Elsten about it. He is standing by right after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by Robert Half. We still have this accident eastbound 8 at Waring Road. It's a solo spin out in the center divide. Accident has cleared south 805 Claremont Mesa Boulevard off ramp. At Robert Half, they found that 67% of companies want to increase contract talent. That's why the recruiters' expertise and award-winning AI work quickly to find the candidates you want. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Let's go out to our David P. Shapiro fan hotline right now. Facing criminal charges, trust David P. Shapiro criminal defense attorneys, helping clients regain control since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com and welcome Craig Elsten to the program on a Monday morning. Hello, Craig.
Morning, fellas. Really liked the new YouTube traffic graphic.
Isn't that great?
Isn't it good? Did you know?
Extremely funny.
Did you know the tiebreaker scenarios that I had to look up over the weekend for MLS?
I'm sure he did.
Oh, I did because I read a story about it this morning.
Very good. Very good.
Yes, I absolutely did.
I just assumed it would be head-to-head because that's what makes the most sense in tiebreakers, but that's not how they do it in MLS.
Well, in a way, it does make sense because you're kind of trying to refine whose points are better, so to speak, right? Okay, this team has 60 points, this team has 60 points. Oh, but this team won one more game. So, that's more valuable winning. So it's putting an emphasis on winning, which theoretically tamps down the idea at the end of a game to play for a draw or to play for 0-0 or play for 1-1. So all in favor.
Yeah, and Mikey Varas is certainly the coach you want if you're going for tiebreakers because he likes to play for wins.
Yeah, he does.
Not for draws. So, and it's gonna pay off if they do end up tied, Craig. San Diego will have the tiebreaker over Vancouver and can still get the 1 seed in the MLS playoffs, but they'll need to win. They play at Portland on Saturday, and Vancouver plays their last match. I wrote it down here somewhere against FC Dallas on Saturday. Same time, same 6:00 start. So
nice.
You won't know what happens beforehand either way.
Just go win.
Yeah.
Yeah, MLS does it like MLB does it. It's a decision day. So all of the East Coast games will kick at the same time. In the Eastern Conference, all of the West Coast games will kick at the same time in the Western Conference. So you can't sit back and go, oh, I already know that Vancouver lost. I can play for a draw here. I can just leave everyone back. That's really exciting. Speaking of that match, Ben, Dallas needs 3 points to make the playoffs, and they are at home. So Dallas will be playing all out to try and get a win against Vancouver. Vancouver, of course, Thomas Mueller has basically turned them from a contender into the probable favorite with the way he has impacted their attack and his knack for scoring incredibly clutch goals in a very short time for the Whitecaps. But that won't be an easy play for Vancouver, nor will it be for SDFC in Portland. Of course, Timbers Army will be right there. It's one of the great home field advantages in all of American soccer, period. And Portland, they're in a playoff spot, but they play the type of style that is the nagging discomfort to SDFC. They like to play without the ball. They like to defend in their own half. They look for counters. They look for set pieces to score. And if the standings held, this would become a very awkward preamble because right now, if STFC finishes second, Portland finishes seventh, they would face each other in a 3-match series in the first round. So this could be the match that decides whether they play each other at all or they wind up drawing and then they face each other again.
You know, Craig, we do it as baseball fans too. A couple weeks before the season ends, your team is going to go to the playoffs. You know it, but we all sit and we wring our hands over what exactly do we want? What do we want as fans? What do you as an SDFC fan want? Do you want them to play at home? Do you want them to have home field advantage? Do you want them? Yeah, it wouldn't be the worst thing because we're pretty good on the road if this happened. Like, what is your ideal scenario for them?
Look, they're gonna finish in the top half of the bracket, so they're gonna hold. You know, the worst they're gonna finish is third. That's already settled. And last night, a huge result came in. Austin beat LAFC, and that left LAFC below San Diego, and they spent their final match in hand. So, you know, SDFC has a great chance to finish second, a decent chance, an okay chance to finish first. They need 2 perfect results that are both wins. But honestly, I don't think you can pick as SDFC. Every team is adapting a trapping style. It's not like you're going to run into a club that's going to play the exact style you want against. And you're going to have to figure out how to win at home. And that's one thing that SDFC has struggled with over the course of the season. We aren't going to see that on Saturday. They'll be on the road once again. But the number one thing I'm really looking for, to be perfectly honest with you, Woodsy, to answer your question directly, is not where they finish or who they match up against. It's simply form.
Yeah.
And the most important thing that happened in that Houston Dynamo match was Amal Pellegrino coming off the bench, having 3 goal contributions in a half, and looking like someone who can help. Now, the key on Saturday, Marcus Ingvartsen is supposed to, I'm going to put giant ass air quotes on this because we've heard this for 2 months, but he's supposed to be back in the lineup, whether it's in limited time or not. Ingvartsen's the kid that from day one, they signed to be our center forward, to be our number 9, to be the middle of our attack. He's been hurt pretty much the whole year for one thing and another. But if he can come back and team with Pellegrino and become a 1/2 on, 1/2 on combination, that really bolsters SDFC's attack and it bolsters their chances in the playoffs.
Talking to Craig Elsten. Also, I watched some of the Wave get a big win on Saturday, 3-2. So they could actually still get a home playoff game that you could call at Snapdragon as well. But they got a really tough last game, so they got to win this week against Chicago to clinch their playoff spot. That would get them in and potentially set them up even for a home game if they can finish in the top of the standings. I want to talk about some of our Padres offseason topics with you, though, Craig. Have our new Padres Smörgåsbord segment every single day. And last week, a couple of the issues we talked about included the hitting philosophy for the Padres and whether, it needs to be changed. It's something that they're reportedly evaluating. Victor Rodriguez's line to line, gap to gap, line drive philosophy. And if that works nowadays, it worked so well in 2024 and didn't work at all in 2025. How do you think the Padres should approach that heading into next season?
I think they should get better home run hitters.
Yes.
And then they will hit more home runs. I really think this is one of those smoke around the mirror type discussion topics. You replaced Kyle Higashioka's 17 home runs with Diaz and Maldi getting what? 8? Something like that. 8. First base you gave to a single-digit home run hitter, which is supposed to be a 25-plus home run position. Merrill lost 8 off of his number. You go around.
For half the season, Jurickson Proforce 24 was replaced by nothing in left field as well.
Absolutely. Right. That is 100% right. So, honestly, I have to give credit to my Padres Hot Tub co-host, Rafi Cantor, because literally on our predictions episode in March, he brought up 180 homers. He said 180 homers is the number that you need to have as a playoff team to have the ability to slug in the playoffs. And the year before, the Padres hit 190. And this year, I think it was 159. So they came up short, and they need to get more power on the team, period. You can't carry. I'm so sorry for the Luis Arraeza lovers out there. He does swing a neat bat. He has got such a great personality. I love him. He's so infectious. He's fun. Obviously the players love him. He is not the right first baseman for this team. He's just not. He's not the right profile of player that the team needs. They need better defense and they need way more power. I think you could go on a middling route and try and re-sign Ryan O'Hearn. I don't think that's going to cost you more than 220, 2 years, 20 or something like that. But he's probably going to get you 15 to 18. So, can you get into that upper stretch? You're obviously not going to pay for Pete Alonso. No, there's no money.
I heard he wants
there.
7 years.
7 years, yeah.
Yeah, give me a break. I mean, he's not going to get that. He's probably going to get 1+1 again and go back out on the market. But however they do it, the Padres need to look at that number. And by the time they break camp in Peoria in March, have a number that's close to 180 and say, we can look at this and we can project 180 homers in this lineup. And after that, all of the talk about gap to gap and blap to blap is going to disappear. I mean, a Rise walks out the door, a power hitter walks in. You're going to hear a whole talk about how the philosophy changed. The philosophy didn't change. You got a dude with big muscles now that can hit home runs.
It's funny, too, because the outlier in all of this, if you're watching the playoffs right now, is the Milwaukee Brewers, who didn't hit a ton of homers in the regular season. 166 is what happened. But for whatever reason, have been hitting home runs in the postseason, Craig. It's one of those things where you watch, because I'm sure you watch the same way as I do, where you're like, all right, let me evaluate their offense in comparison to ours. Let me evaluate their defense in comparison to ours. It's such a copycat league. Not everybody's going to be able to operate their team like the LA Dodgers. You have to be smarter and with your money and what you get. But when you look at the Brewers, how does that sync up with you? I mean, they're an outlier in that they didn't hit 180 either. But do they do so many other little things well that we don't, that has gotten them to this position?
I mean, they're the magic carpet ride team of the season to me, Woodsy, just to be perfectly honest with you. I think they've got a lot of good players. I liked some of the stuff that you heard Pat Murphy say about the not so average Joes.
Yeah.
And we've got a bunch of guys who kind of look like they could be working out at the Y instead of inside a big league clubhouse training room that's air conditioned. Or not air conditioned.
They dove into that. They have taken that and run with it, and it's worked for them to this point. I mean, now we all think, though, you look at the Dodgers as they match up. Obviously, anything can happen. It's baseball. You see it all the time. That being said, I mean, it's literally David and Goliath, and I don't know why they're wrapping themselves into pretzels thinking that it's not. I mean, just go line up, go guy by guy, go starter by starter. There's slight advantages to the Brewers in some aspects, but for the most part, it is just two different teams entirely.
Look, LA is the overwhelming favorite to win the World Series.
Overwhelming, like 70% or something.
Yeah, I'd say it's like 90% that the Dodgers win the World Series. They should truck Milwaukee in 4 games.
Should be a bloodbath. Yeah.
Now they might not. They might not. And Milwaukee went 6-0 in the regular season. Who cares? The Dodgers went 12-2 or something against the Padres, and the Padres beat them in a playoff series. LA is just lined up for bear. No one has the pitching that they have. No one even is close. No team remaining is even close. Seattle is the closest, and they're not really close. It's not close. You're going to put Brian Wu against Snell and tell me it's an even match? Come on.
Right.
In the NLCS, the Dodgers are minus 225 to win the series. To win the series.
And I think that's fair. And I think that they're the major favorite against Toronto or Seattle, which I love as a series. Obviously, I'm rooting for the Jays, but I'd be perfectly happy if Paulie's Seattle Mariners made it in. I literally would be thrilled to see the Mariners there. But LA is just, they've broken baseball again. They've broken baseball in the NBA way. They've made it so that now, as I was saying to my dad last night, a Dodger fan, like, Dad, the next time you want to call me in August, when Shohei Ohtani gives up 3 runs or Mookie Betts is 0 for 18, understand that when I don't take the call, it's because I remembered what happened this postseason.
Exactly.
Exactly. Like, I'm not too young to have forgotten that this team now doesn't even give a bleep about the regular season. They just want to line themselves up for the Roki Sasaki.
Yeah, right.
Come on.
Stashed him all year. Just stashed him, worked with him, worked on him, whatever. 3 now he's going out there in the bank, getting 3 inning saves. I said it in the dugout yesterday, Craig. It's a good lesson for all of us. And I know we're not the same team, but I did better this year at not getting myself worked up over June and July games because I thought we have a playoff team. Let's be ready to go then. But yeah, you look at the regular season, it's so long, and you go, as long as we're in October and we're semi-healthy, we'll have a shot. It really takes away some of the consternation, or I guess it should, in the regular season, in these dog day games in Cincinnati in August, that you feel like, you should win. But if you don't, it's not the end of the world. You're going to October. How do you construct a team that can win in October? That's something that the Padres have not figured out yet.
Well, that's right. And I mean, the Dodgers essentially are, Usain Bolt at the Olympics running the second prelim. You know how, he's there. He's Usain Bolt, and he'll run fast for 40 meters to get the lead, and then he's going to put on the brakes and cruise in at his spot because he knows he's going to save it for the end. And that's just where LA is. And the troubling thing for San Diego is that they're always going to do, just like Usain Bolt in a semifinal, they're going to do just enough to finish first.
Yeah.
They're not going to push themselves any harder than they have to finish a game or two ahead in first place and then get all the advantages that lie within and then be their best self. So they've built their thing. We need to build our thing. Everyone has to take down the Dodgers. It's not just us. They're the behemoth that is destroying the sport. And honestly, the Padres are in line with everyone else trying to take their little slingshot and give it a hack when they get the chance.
Craig Elsten, Padres Hot Tub Chromaniacs, crossing streams. Check out all of his content online wherever you get your podcast. Thank you, Craig.
Talk to you next week, guys. Have a great week.
Craig Elsten next Monday. All right, we'll come back. We still have 2 hours to go. Talk about San Diego State's win. We got a Rindle report. Got Take on Woods coming up in our next hour as well. Chance to win tickets to Jerry Seinfeld and a trip to Las Vegas, and our Padres Smörgåsbord of the day. A little deep dive on Padres that are now eligible for free agency. All coming up. Don't go away. More Ben Woods on a Monday on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, we are halfway home on a Monday. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. I guess we have some rain in the forecast. So it looks a little bit dark and gray right now, but some rain's coming. Yeah, today. Like a thunderstorm.
I will have a much more detailed picture of it tomorrow. I'm on the anchor desk all week at Channel 10 in for Kimberly Hunt.
Yep.
So you catch me before and after Monday Night Football tonight, but Megan Perry will have the complete storm tracker forecast for us.
I love a good storm tracker.
It's not this is an actual winter type storm coming down, a colder, rainier storm than we usually get in October.
Just for a couple days, though. It's not going to be.
No,
it's not going to last.
No, it's not.
Just a couple of days.
Winter hasn't arrived yet.
That's
Just
true.
A little early fall storm.
Well, I look forward to it. I like
see
a little
it all
bit
day
of rain.
Tomorrow, maybe a little bit tonight.
Okay, a little bit tonight.
Definitely.
All right, so brace yourselves, everyone. The rain is coming. Take a little extra time in the morning, maybe if you need it.
Don't drive your electric scooters to work.
Correct, Paulie. But we will be here for you, and we'll get through this winter storm together. The three of us and all of you out there. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl.
San Diego strong.
San Diego strong forever. And Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, and might I add, Saboteur.
Saboteur.
Tour. You're a saboteur.
Saboteur.
Walking in this morning, and I've run into my old pal Ben down in the parking lot.
Run into me. You texted me on your way to work because you forgot your key card and asked me to stick around, wait for you. You can try to blame me for that.
That's true.
Didn't ask me. I was here.
Correct.
He didn't want you to have to come all the way down from, the studio down the elevator again.
My guess is that Ben and I would be getting there around the same time.
I was only there for like 2 minutes.
So we get out of the car and we're walking in together. How was your weekend? Good. How was yours? He goes, oh, I got something for you. And he reaches into his backpack and he pulls out a Ziploc bag full of Almond Joys. And I go,
I know it's your favorite.
I go, thank you. And I also thought, well, that's a nice gesture.
It's October 13th.
Halloween
sized
little Almond Joys. And I said, oh, thank you. And I said, I do love Almond Joys. A little bit too much. And I have now a dozen or so in this Ziploc bag. And I thought to myself, on the surface, it's a very kind gesture. But behind the scenes, my guess is he wants me to be fat. And he keeps giving me, he wants to give me these.
How did you gain all the weight?
The story.
Because Ben gave me a trough of Almond Joys, Larry. That's how I gained all the weight.
So the story is I was at my trainer yesterday, and they're a big Halloween neighborhood. I just work out in her garage. And she already had her big Halloween candy bags, but her and her husband keep reaching in and getting Almond Joys. She said, we hate Almond Joys, and the kids don't want them either. Nobody wants them. And I just said, I know someone whose favorite candy bar is Almond Joy. And she said, all right, well, then I am pulling them all out, putting them in a baggie, and giving them to you to give to Woods. And she said, I can undo all the good work that his trainer is doing. So
that's right.
Ben's trainer is now competing against Woods' trainer.
And Ben,
now she may be trying to sabotage, wanting to have the better looking client.
That's true. That's true. But he has this.
But I was simply thinking of my good friend who loves Almond Joy.
He has this weird competitive thing, and I feel like he's trying to fatten me up. I do. Can I say this? My wife does this to me as well.
She does.
She does. You would think it would go the other way, where it would be, hey, you're doing such good work. Keep it up. She's very encouraging. She actually said yesterday, I was in the shower, nude. She goes, oh, you look buff. And I went, that's like the greatest thing I've ever heard you say. Yeah. And it was so nice. But then what she'll do is
doesn't she want to keep you that way?
Well, you would think, but I'll be on a really good streak of eating well and eating right. And then somebody that will ring the doorbell and she'll run to the door and I won't know who's there. And then she walks in with a brown paper bag stapled at the top. And I go, what is that? She goes, nothing. I go, what did you get? She's like, I got us some ice cream. And I'm like, I'm crushing it right now. I'm like literally crushing. I just had a chicken breast or some ground beef and rice, some veggies. I just crushed a protein. I feel great. You know I'm not going to be able to say no to that ice cream. Why did you bring it into this house? Why did you do it?
She didn't get you any.
She did.
Oh.
She gets me the chocolate chip cookie
Did
dough.
she feel bad if she didn't get you anything?
Well, she also knows I'm psychotic and that I would go, why didn't you get me anything?
Yeah,
Because you're on a diet. You said you weren't eating. Yeah, but it's nice if you offer. so
I'd like the opportunity to say
I would
no.
like the keep testing my willpower.
But then you can't say no when it's sitting right
if
there.
If you bring it in, I'm at like 9:30 when the Padres were on, that I'm going to shuffle into the kitchen while you're asleep and be like, just eat a few bites and put it away, which at the end of the day, a few bites won't hurt you. But again, it's like, Paula, your wife's in recovery, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I'm not going to get her for Christmas is a bottle of Santo tequila.
Yeah.
Megan, here, great job. What do you got? 8 years down? Try that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys tempt me and I'm weak, man. That's what I'm telling you is I'm weak. And I've been staring at these things all morning, and I haven't had one.
Like,
yet.
that might as well be a bag of drugs.
It might as well be like an ounce. You know what I mean? And I had this
dime bag of almond joy.
Yeah, look at it. That's
like, that's a heavier.
That's way more than a dime bag. Trust me.
You'd go up for years if you got caught with that amount.
So I had this delicious vanilla protein shake, and I went, what would taste good with this? It's an almond joy. It would taste delicious.
Complimentary.
It's so complimentary. So I don't know. I'm weak is what I'm telling you guys. And I appreciate the gesture, but I also know you're like, I'd love to see this guy go on a meltdown.
But here's one issue that you have. You like something that no one else likes.
I know, dude.
Like no one else likes.
I don't know anybody that likes almond
joy.
I love them.
Which means they are always so readily available in candy jars everywhere.
Correct. You're going to have every Tier 1 in San Diego offering you all of the almond joys out of their Halloween buckets.
You should see me pillage my children's almond joy. They're like, go ahead. I mean, I pillage it. Mounds and almond joy are my two favorites. I could eat them. The best ice cream I've ever had in my life was a
chocolate covered sunscreen.
Yeah, it was like vanilla, just the vanilla ice cream, but they ground up almond joy and mounds in it. Dude, I think about it all the time. I mean, I could make it at home, but then you're really on a run if you're making your own blizzards at home. I've not gotten that bad yet. Oh no, what are you doing? Like, that's making another blizzard.
Grinding.
You're just lost, dude. You're lost at that time. So I got this bag. It's here. And the worst part about this year is like, this is just the tip of the iceberg. It's coming. Like
we're entering the season.
This is a taste bag.
We're gonna have boxes of almond joy sent to the station.
And the candy will be left over all the way until Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Which then we'll eat and have leftovers.
Bro.
And then it's time for the holidays and Christmas. And all those kind of treats.
This is the bag that the guy goes, hey, try this. I got way more where the first one's on me. And there it is. My bag of
she said
almond
there
joy.
is more where that came from. If you drain that bag, I can reload you next Sunday.
Give them that.
When I go to my trainer.
Give them away. Thank you for the gift, both of you. I'm gonna count them, and then we'll see. I'm gonna put them in my backpack, and we'll see how many are left next Monday.
7, 1 for every day this week until I get you a whole new bag.
I'm putting these in this bag. This is for emergencies only. Emergencies. So here's the bag. It's going into the backpack.
What sort of emergency is that?
Sweet tooth emergency.
I was going to say, Shohei hits a leadoff home run tonight.
Blake Snell throws a no-hitter.
Guys, I'm down to 2 almond joys.
So I got 7. I've got 7 in there. We'll check back 8, 10 next Monday morning. Write it down. Remember it. The almond joy.
Do we have any left?
Now, I guess I could go refill and be like, I didn't eat any of them, which is something that a fat guy would do. It's absolutely something a fat guy would do. But yeah, my wife does it too. And she bought this last week. Perfect example. The fridge was like bare. I was like, are we teenagers? We have nothing in our fridge. I bought some groceries, all healthy stuff. We cooked a little bit, made that chili last week. It was great. Ate off that for a few days. Pretty healthy. I go to the freezer to get an ice pack out, and there's a giant box of drumsticks. And I'm like, why? And no, babe, it's okay. They're minis. They're not minis. They're not the full one. They're the mids. You can eat them in like 2 bites. You're like, and you're done. I've had like 6 of those in the last week. I'm begging people to help me. I need help. I cannot do it by myself. Don't offer me donuts. Don't bring donuts in. I need some help.
Mini sizes are almost more dangerous.
They're way
than the
worse because you
full
eat
sizes.
6.
You know, if you eat a full-size dessert or a full-size candy bar, you're definitely not reaching back for another one.
No.
Like if I brought you a full-sized Almond Joy and you ate it,
crush it.
You might, but you're not.
I'm not going back for number 2.
You're not going back for number 2. But with the minis, you go back for, well, it's just a mini, and then you have another one. And then, well,
then you 3. 3 won't hurt.
And at that point, you're already over the size of a regular candy bar. And then you might even go for the 4th. So the minis are more dangerous than the actual size desserts. I'm fully confident that that's true.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
It's the Almond Joy Power Hour on Ben & Woods. We'll see how it goes next week. Can I possibly go an entire week with 7 Almond Joys in my backpack and not eat any of them during the playoffs, which my team's not playing in it, but a team that I hate is playing in it. So that's a good call.
So now, Steve in the chat said, just eat one, savor it, leave the rest in the break room. Like, why not just take one, enjoy it,
because they're going to be sitting there tomorrow because they're Almond Joys.
No one's going to eat them, and they're still. I'm going to go in to get water, and they're going to be sitting there.
If you really don't want to eat them, you got to toss them.
I can't toss them. It's a sin to waste food.
Waste. Don't be wasteful.
I can't be wasteful.
Waste not, want not.
So thank you for sabotaging me. The thing about Ben is he doesn't have any
vices.
I mean, what am I going to do? Bring in a putting green in here and be like, oh, we've lost Ben. He's over there putting again in the middle of the show.
TV with old Masters highlights.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know how to get him. So he tried to get me.
You just don't know.
I just don't know. It's true.
Still don't know what you get you for your birthday.
Yeah, we were texting about this yesterday. We have no idea. No idea.
And I don't have any idea.
You're not making this any easier.
I just can't help you.
You can. You're just choosing not to.
No, I'm not choosing not to. I literally am in the dark as much as you guys are as to what I might want for my birthday.
You don't even drop hints.
Right.
If I had a hint to drop, I'd be happy to drop it.
Is there something that you want to get into? Do you what about a new set of tools? Do you want to start building things more? Do you want to be more handy? Is there anything around the house? I don't feel
guilty about not using the tools that you gave me. That's a bad gift.
You looking to take on any hobbies?
Yeah, any new hobbies. You want to learn to play the guitar?
No.
Seeing those big ham fists trying to play the guitar.
I don't have a lot of manual dexterity.
Dang it!
Personal services, perhaps. My windows
washing. That I can do.
Like window washing services or
washing services.
Clean out my drain gutters for winter.
Paulie and I went in and we got you a guy to come over and repaint your house. It's the weirdest gift of all time.
I could actually use a new coat. I mean,
a coat, like a coat of paint.
Coat of paint.
Oh, I was going to buy you a coat.
No, well, the winter is coming.
Yeah.
Clothes are not a bad idea for me. I never buy myself clothes, but I do wear them.
Another grown man clothes.
I wear them every day, and I do not buy myself clothing.
What's your sizes?
I'm right on the cusp of extra large, but small double X or kind of.
They don't small double X doesn't exist.
I know, but
double
sometimes
X or
they
X.
run big. Like a regular double X is too big for me now.
Okay,
but sometimes XL can still be a little. I'm right in between.
You're in a tweener.
I'm in a tweener spot, but I have a 38 waist now.
Nice,
and I have a 32 length on my pants.
No way.
No. What?
33. I mean,
no.
What do you mean?
You're 6'5".
38, 30, 34. I don't like
I'm
it.
A 36, 34.
I'm a 36, 34. I'm 6'1".
Really? Maybe I'm wearing too short of pants.
Do you think so?
No wonder they always rise up.
Those are Payne Stewart pants that you're buying. Wait, you really think you're a 32?
It's 33, maybe?
No,
there's no chance.
Ben, I've been a 34 since I was in high
I
school.
felt like 34 was too long. It was going all the way to my heels.
On what planet?
Interesting.
Paulie, a 32 would come up to his knees.
Shocked my brain.
I'm shocked right now. So this guy's been buying clothes since he has no idea what size he wears his whole life. It's true. All right. I'm thinking you're 38, 36 is your jam. You're 6'5". You are 4 inches taller than me. There's no way you wear. Your legs aren't that stubby, dude. There's no way.
37-18.
Are you
on
all
the dress
torso? Stand up
shirts.
real quick. Let me see.
No, because my arms are short.
Maybe you are.
I don't know.
Maybe you are.
Where's your hips?
I'm way below you.
Yeah, you're tall. You're like 2 to 3 inches taller easily.
I got to take a little.
We worked on muffin tops.
You know, there's
yesterday at my trainer.
Did you?
Yeah.
There is
a
a
lot of oblique
scene.
work.
I'm surprised you guys didn't bring me a bunch of muffins to give me. You worked on muffin tops. Take the rest of these to Woodsy. Let him have them.
There's a scene in one of my all-time favorite movies. Like I'm talking top 2 or 3, at least in the rom-com genre, called Crazy Stupid Love.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Ryan Gosling, Steve Carell, and
He is Steve
he-
Carell.
You're Steve Carell.
Yes.
Ryan Gosling. There's a scene. They're at the mall. He's like, "Meet me at the mall. We're gonna do a little makeover. The new you." And he like rips out the Velcro wallet and he's like disgusted. He chucks it over the edge.
Throws it away.
He's like, "Be better than the Gap.
Yeah.
Be better
than the Gap.
This is the guy that goes, "What size are you?" He's like, "I don't know, extra large." He's like, "No, like for a suit, like 34 long." He's like, "I don't know." Like, you're Steve Carell.
You have to see this movie. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant, brilliant movie.
I'm not even better than Costco.
No, it's not.
My
30
clothing choices.
He thinks he's a 38-32. That's like the stubbiest legs of all time. You're 36.
Okay.
That's
36.
Yeah.
I've never worn a 36 pant in my life.
Yeah, you're going to start.
That's crazy.
You were going to start.
36.
I could almost get into 36 waist now.
You said 38.
I was 38, but it's I need a belt for sure.
Ryan Cohen wants us to remind everybody, massive Padres fan, Emma Stone in that movie as well. Very attractive. You'd love that movie, by the way.
I will watch it.
It's right up your
It's
alley.
fantastic.
Did you watch the movie I recommended yet?
What was it called?
Now You See Me.
Oh, I haven't yet.
Haven't.
The
All right.
Morgan Freeman?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
All right, let's
I don't really like magic. I was thinking about it.
It's more like
doesn't like magic.
I really don't.
It's not. I mean, it's
I
more
don't like illusions. And
It's
stuff.
based around a Vegas heist,
Yeah.
like plot. Though.
Yeah, but
You're gonna like it. I
right.
told you you're gonna like it. You're gonna get
Fine.
You're gonna get through Jesse Eisenberg, and you're gonna like it.
Oh,
like-
he's in it?
I told you
Forget
that.
it.
We did this
You're
already.
gonna get through it.
It's
Forget
like
it.
Ocean's
You're gonna like
11.
it.
Well, Jesse Eisenberg.
They make fun of him for being that way,
can't
so
do
you
it.
can be. You'll be okay with it.
Wow. Sorry.
Isla Fisher's in it. You like
I
her?
like her, but I can't do.
You'll like her.
I can't do Jesse
Just watch
Eisenberg movies.
All right, we need
Can't
to take a
stand
timeout because it's time
Social
to play Take on
Network?
Woods.
it. Terrible.
It's fine.
He's
It's
terrible.
fine.
at it.
One of the
I get
best
it.
movies in the last 20 years.
But you'll get through it and you'll enjoy that movie. All right, we got to play Take on Woods. We need a contestant. Call in now, 833-288-0973 if you want to play our musical trivia challenge against Woodsy in our next segment. Chance to qualify for the trip to Vegas, the Jerry Seinfeld tickets, and the $100 gas card, 833-288-0973. That is coming up next year on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Well, friends, if you're trapped in a high-rate mortgage, what's the deal with high-rate mortgages? Watching your hard-earned money vanish every month. Stop right now, because at Loan Pronto, they're delivering the lowest mortgage rates in 3 years. Their rate reduction home loan program, streamlined, low-cost way, slash those house payments by hundreds of dollars a month. Lock in a fixed rate as low as 4.99% APR close in as little as 2 weeks. No appraisal needed in most cases. Here's the kicker. You could even skip your next 2 house payments entirely. So rates this low won't last, so don't wait. Call Loan Pronto now for your free, no-obligation quote. Loan Pronto is incredible. Lower payments, more money in your pocket, and a fresh start with a better mortgage. Call 619-207-4336 or visit loanpronto.com. Lock in that new low rate. Skip those next 2 payments, 619-207-4336 or loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Long build-up for me to tell you this hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by Staples. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 11/1. Plus save even more at the Easy Rewards program at Staples. Got our Padres Smörgåsbord coming up in our next segment, talking about the Padres' upcoming free agents. So right now, let's play our game. It is time for Take on Woods. Take on Woods brought to you by Bail Arm Security and Fire Alarms for every business. We got you, and let's go to the top of the board today. We got Brandon. Hello, Brandon. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I know you know how the game works. You against Woods. If you can beat or tie him, we will put you into the grand prize drawing for the trip for two to see Jerry Seinfeld in Las Vegas, including 2 tickets to a show on April 17th at the Coliseum at Caesars Palace, 2-night stay at the Flamingo Hotel and Casino, and a $100 gas card. Check out Jerry's 2 shows on the 17th and 18th of April by getting your own tickets at Ticketmaster.com. All right, here are the categories for you to choose from today. We have Whispered Secrets. Those are 5 song titles that include either the word whisper or secret. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, 5 musical artists, Smith somewhere in the name. And Keeping It Real, 5 musical songs and artists, including the word real. Whispered Secrets, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, or Keeping It Real. Brandon, what's it going to be?
Let's try Whisper.
Whispered Secrets. All right, a little mix and match category today, which can be tough for Woods because it's harder to figure out where we're going. 5 song titles that include either the word whisper or the word secret. You have 60 seconds. If you don't know one, you can pass. We'll come back to it if there's time left on the clock. First question is the 2-second song. Paulie, queuing it up now. You need to give me both the song title and the artist to score that point. Brandon, are you ready to play?
Let's go.
All right, 60 seconds on the clock. Paul, you good to go?
Yeah, I'm trying to cue this up.
Cue it up. Give him a second here. 60 seconds. Again, the category is whispered secrets.
Hang on.
Just hanging on here.
Got it.
All right, 60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck, Brandon. Let's take on Woods.
Pass.
After appearing on the soundtrack to Jerry Maguire in 1996, which Bruce Springsteen love ballad became his final top 40 charting hit?
Pass.
In 2005, which lead single became the first top 10 hit for the band All American Rejects?
A Dirty Little Secret.
Correct. Also known as Birds Fly, which song is the only hit for the mid-1980s British band The Icicle Works?
Pass.
Singer Johnny Rivers may be best known for which 1960 song that was a TV theme for a British program about spies?
Secret Saint.
Incorrect. Let's go back to the 2-second song. Play a little bit more. I don't know where we got to get a little bit more of that.
That's super hard for me to hear. I'm just making a wild guess. Careless Whisper, George Michael.
It is. I thought we'd have a more, I don't know.
There's like a 40-second lead.
The version I had didn't have the lead in. I think but he got it, so I'm not going to feel too bad about it. We get you 2 there. Dirty Little Secret and Careless Whisper. Secret Garden by Bruce Springsteen. Whisper to a Scream by the Icicle Works. And Secret Agent Man by Johnny Rivers. All right. Not the best, but not the worst. We'll see. Yeah, it's a win.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah, we had a little trouble with our 2-second song.
I'm going to give Woods the same.
All right, he got it right, so we'll see if it's going to be very difficult because you don't have the category here.
Well, yeah.
So tough. 60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck, Woods. Let's take on Brandon.
Ooh, Careless Whisper by George Michael.
A little easier there. Yeah, after appearing on the soundtrack to Jerry Maguire in 1996, which Bruce Springsteen love ballad became his final top 40 charting hit.
She'll let you in her mouth. What is the name of that song? Secret Garden.
Correct. In 2005, which lead single became the first top 10 hit for the band All American Rejects?
What is the category? Pass.
Also known as Birds Fly, which song was the only hit for the mid-1980s British band The Icicle Works?
What? Pass.
Singer Johnny Rivers may be best known for which 1960s song that was a TV theme for a British program about spies?
Secret Agent Man.
Correct. In 2005, which lead single became the first top 10 hit for the band All American.
Dirty Little Secret.
Correct. Also known as Birds Fly, which song was the only hit for the mid-1980s British band The Icicle Works? They got 4,
Secret
so that's
of
a win.
Taint.
It's Whispered Secret. So it's Careless Whisper, Whisper to a Scream. And then you got the secret. You got all the secret ones. Secret Garden, Dirty Little Secret, and Secret Agent Man. You win 4-2 over Brandon. Although we didn't get the best part of Careless Whisper, which
that was a tough.
I don't know. I think Paulie had a different. Sometimes
that
happens.
I don't know.
He has a different track than the one I was listening to. Usually we get
had this
more
like long
coordinated
build
on
up
it.
instead of just the.
Yeah,
I was looking for the saxophone there, but anyway, I feel like you got the clear win there. Brandon, thank you for playing. We'll add a new category tomorrow and play another game at 8:20.
She'll let you in her mouth. Excuse me?
What?
What? Is you knocking on her door?
Don't turn all the Bruce
She'll let
Springsteen
you
fans
in
against us.
her house.
Got sports writers who
Just
listen to the show. He's
singing
their
the
hero.
lyrics.
I'm literally
He's their
just
hero.
singing the lyrics. She'll let you in her mouth.
All right, I've got a list of all the Padres free agents to be. Not officially until the end of the World Series, but they've got some decisions to make. Who do you want to keep? Who are you okay with letting go? We'll talk about it in our Padres Smörgåsbord. That's coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, Woods and I, first chance this week to remind you that if you have not taken care of your estate documents, if you have a family and you are just leaving it to chance, you're going to be leaving them in a world of hurt if something should happen to you.
We trust that you will. Go to trustandwill.com and use the code radio20 when you check out. You will get 20% off. You will get your estate documents. You will notarize them, and then you will put them away and let your partner know, hey, listen, this is where it is. If something happens, please consult this. And you want to make sure your family's taken care of when you leave, and you leave explicit instructions. They make it very simple at trustandwill.com to do that.
You'd be surprised how many families it turns into bickering and fighting about things if they're not spelled out. And then if you don't have a trust, your assets like your 401k, any property you own could be tied up in probate court for months or even longer, expensive. They'll need lawyers to sort it all out. It's no fun. Just take care of it by going to trustandwill.com. Use the code radio20 at checkout. Get those estate documents sent right to your home so you don't have to think about it again at trustandwill.com. That's trustandwill.com.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Now we're slowly emerging from the fog of the Padres' elimination. Too early, too soon in the postseason. And it's we're not quite at decision time yet for the San Diego Padres. They have some time. But our topic for the Padres Smörgåsbord today is going to be what is really the first decisions you got to make. And that is on your own free agents, whether you want to even make offers to players that are leaving your organization. I got the full list of Padres free agents to be that we can discuss, and we will do that right after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser, Alpine Spring Water. Got a handful of problems here, guys. One of them is this crash, the clearing stage, northbound 805 near El Cajon Boulevard. It's in the center divide. Crash has cleared on eastbound 8 near the 15 and in La Mesa East 8. Accident has cleared near Spring Street. Now westbound 8, just before Lake Murray. Accident being pushed over to the right shoulder. Watch out for some debris on the transition ramp, northbound 5 at the northbound 15 connector. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Padres Smörgåsbord.
All right, never mind.
Yeah.
Call it something else. Yeah, we did.
Here we are.
Here we are.
All right, today's topic, free agency. And do you want to just start with the obvious ones, the easy ones first?
Sure.
And we'll work our way backwards. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Padres free agents to be off the
Are we going to ding them?
40-man roster at the end of the year.
This is just keep or boot?
All right. Technically, Martin Maldonado, who was re-signed at the end of the year, is an unrestricted free agent. I mean, I'm sure he's around if you ever needed him again.
Correct.
More likely, probably going to be a member of a coaching staff or even your own organization.
Maybe ours.
But probably not back as a player. Tyler Wade was off the 40-man, but does have a $1 million team option versus a $50,000 buyout for next season. I
missed the vibes in that we lost the vibes. I don't know what he did to get in the doghouse, but he did something, and you couldn't find him.
It's a little more than the minimum, but not much to bring back Tyler Wade into your organization. I wouldn't be shocked if you brought him back.
You're looking down the stretch. You're looking down the stretch, and you're like, all right, well, Mason McCoy, he's getting starts, and he's got a good glove, but Tyler Wade's glove is fine, and he does weird stuff that helps us win games, and they all love him, and the vibes are high. I'll give him $1 million for vibes.
I see a lot of Keep Wade in the chat. I mean, they had T-shirts made about Tyler Wade on the team.
Yeah.
High T for Tyler Wade. Let's go with Nestor Cortez, unrestricted free agent.
Never again.
Here's an interesting one because
do you agree with these, by the way, so far? Because
yeah.
Feel free to disagree.
I mean, is there a world in which Nestor Cortez at a much less price comes back and you sign him as – I mean, you got a good look at it. You should know better than most teams whether you think he's got anything left in the tank or not. We didn't see anything at the end of the year. But
we saw one good start.
I mean, if he comes back healthy, there's no reason he couldn't have a good season.
Healthy when at the end.
We don't know that he was healthy. They put him on the injured list after 2 starts.
Yeah, because he gave up 14 homers and 16 batters.
You have the best knowledge of any team right now is where he stands in terms of potential.
His start against LA was amazing. It was.
If they sign him, it's because I feel like they feel like he's going to be completely healthy going into next season. Otherwise,
they're massively broken.
$3 million and you only pitch him against the Dodgers.
It's league minimum. He's not going to take that.
But I'm just throwing it. I'm just giving you the comprehensive.
What
list.
do you think? I want to know.
I would not expect him to be back. Okay, but I can't rule it completely out. Okay, Wandy Peralta has a $4.45 million player option. I think he probably exercises that, so you don't have the decision. Yeah. But if he did, thanks for being Wandy. Yes, and he actually had a really good season.
He did. I say keep Wandy.
I think I think the
what would you do if you
he might be able to get a 1-year deal for like $5 or $6 million somewhere based on his 3-something ERA and the fact that he can get ground balls against lefties. But he also has another option for $4.25 million or $4.45 million the next year as well. And if he opts out of this one, then he opts out of that one.
Yeah.
So I think he sticks around for the guaranteed $9 million for 2 years and doesn't go anywhere. So I don't think that's going to be a decision.
Otherwise,
but
if you're him, possible. You're betting on yourself that you'll be as good or better
again
next season.
So you can sign
you had a
another
pretty
deal.
Good year. You had a pretty solid season.
You need more than 2 years, $9 million to guarantee what you're getting from the Padres. And I doubt he's going to leave. I bet Wandy's back, and I'm not mad about it.
I love Wandy.
I'm not mad about it. Elias Diaz has a $7 million mutual option, which unfortunately means the Padres will have to pay him $2 million as a buyout. But I do think probably gone at $7 million. That doesn't make a lot of sense now that Freddie Fermin is your everyday starter. But you will need
somebody to be on the roster behind him.
You don't need to pay a backup $7 million.
Yeah, but you're paying him $2 million to go away, and then you might have to re-sign him for. I mean, even if you pay him $2 million and then $3 million, you're still saving on the $7 million. So I don't think you're going to take that option. There is a world in which Diaz comes back as the backup to Freddie Fermin, but not at $7 million. All right, Jose Iglesias made $3 million as an unrestricted free agent. I don't think he's due a pay raise. He didn't have nearly as good of a season as he did last year, but
Woodsy says
you can get a 500 OPS anywhere, honestly.
Yes, but does he have the musical talent of
I don't
Jose
care.
Iglesias?
I do not care
OPS?
about.
He's got a sign.
We never even got the concert that we were promised because of visa issues with his band. They're going to reschedule that thing? Are we still going to get a Jose Iglesias contract? Candelita going to perform at Gallagher Square at some point?
Royals infielder Jose Iglesias having a concert at
Gallagher Square.
I slugged 294.
He also will be
298.
He will be suspended for the first game of next season as well.
OPS plus of 66.
All right. Let's go to the higher ticket guys now. Robert Suarez has an $8 million player option after making $10 million last year. I believe he will opt out.
Yep, he's gone.
He will hit free agency, and I don't believe that's where the Padres need to spend their money on another expensive reliever.
I booted everyone but Tyler Ray. We're going to need some bodies to fill these roles. All right, all right.
Now, are these guys you want back or guys you expect back? Because I think we would want Robert Suarez
if
back.
he exercised his $8 million option, I'd be thrilled.
Right,
I think that's a bargain.
But we don't expect him to be.
He's going to want to raise on that, and I don't expect him to be back because he's going to be looking for $14 to $20 million a year, and I don't think the Padres are going to spend their entire offseason free agency budget on a closer when they already have a strong bullpen. So I don't think he's back either. Let's go to Luis Arraez. Made $14 million last year. I don't think he'd be that expensive again. I don't think he's going to get the raise. You can't even offer him a qualifying offer because that would be like $22 million. He'd jump at that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So you can't even offer him a qualifying offer. Do you make him an offer for less than that? I mean, there's a price tag that you want Luis Arraez back.
It's not even his fault. It's not his fault. You take responsibility for, the less than normal production that you're accustomed to for Luis Arraez, but I think he was just used improperly here. And I think it's a multitude of different reasons, right? I know that SHILDT, he basically admitted as such, like, I can't move him. I can't. He's a 3-time batting champion. He said it. Why not move him down? Well, where? Where do you want to hit him? Not there. Not in the 2, right? We had this conversation a billion times. When Luis Arraez is hitting 340, he's pretty valuable to a lineup. When he's hitting
pretty much anywhere in the lineup.
When he's hitting 280, 290, with no pop, no OBP.
He will be on a team next year.
Yeah, he's always on a team.
But my prediction is that he will not have signed by the time spring training starts. It's going to be a very complicated market for Luis Arraez.
Maybe. Yeah, but if SHILDT hit him, and didn't feel the need to. Problem is, he's kind of a man without a position, or he's at a couple of different positions. He's average at either, and that you don't want that. You no longer want a DH that hits 290 with 7 home runs. You don't want a first baseman that hits 290 with 7 home runs. He plays in those 2 positions where he's best suited as a guy that can hit you 7 home runs, and you need more pop from that.
Put it this way,
I
think that there is a role and a price for Luis Arraez if I didn't think that he would be locked into first base and the 2 hole. I don't think that's changing. If Luis Arraez is on the roster, he's playing 140 plus games at first in the 2 spot. Yeah. And I don't think that is the right way to use him. And since I don't think that there's going to be any change on his usage as a San Diego Padre, I don't want him back.
Yeah. I wonder if Skip Schumacher will go after him. He
Skip loves him.
He loves him.
Miami.
No,
Texas.
No,
Yeah.
they.
Oh, he loved
played,
him in
they
Miami.
played for him in
he
Miami.
loved him in
He
Miami.
absolutely loves him. And
I can see that.
And would wonder if he'll find the right spot for him.
That actually would be a good
in the
team for
lineup.
him.
So yeah, we'll see.
Dylan Cease made 13.75 last year. Unrestricted free agent. I don't think he's back.
I don't think he's back.
A big, tall order in replacing his innings, if not his production.
I give him a QO, though.
Yeah. I mean, if he accepted it, it's not the end of the world.
It's not at all. So I give him a qualifying offer in a heartbeat. I imagine that they will. If he takes it, great. You got Dylan Cease back, and hopefully he can figure it out.
No risk long term, just 1 year. You need the innings filled.
You got to have him.
I agree.
And
Qualifying
there's
offer.
loads of potential.
Sure.
Maybe he'll bet on himself one more year.
Ryan O'Hearn.
I want him back.
Craig thought that they could get him back for 2 years, $20 million. He made $8 million last year. Was an all-star. I think he might be undervaluing what he can get. Left-handed hitter. I mean, he's right though. He only hit 17 homers.
Yeah.
Not a slugger necessarily. Puts together really good at bats though. I'd like to see Ryan O'Hearn back if there's a way they can make it work. Certainly at the right price, I would definitely ding yes on Ryan O'Hearn.
But again, like if I guess I can't say about Luis Arraez. I mean, we need a 25 to 30 home run first baseman, which again, everyone tells me they're everywhere. But we can't find one since Nate Colbert. So I don't know where you get it. Ryan O'Hearn's not it. He's not it.
Yeah, but I think he had a better OBP than Luis Arraez and, 10 more homers than Luis Arraez.
Yeah.
So he's definitely closer to it than what you were looking for from Arraez.
Yeah. Maybe give him a full season at first base.
Yeah,
potentially.
And then finally, Mr. Michael King, who is got a $15 million mutual option with a $3.75 million buyout. Guessing he will opt out, take that 3.75 to the bank, and then see what he can get in the open market. But it's also a very interesting market for Michael King.
I'd love to have him back.
Didn't really get the chance to prove himself coming off his injury again. Padres, I think, would love to have Michael King back. But how much can you spend on him? Where does that market land? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know either, man. I don't know either. But I would love to have him back. And I think, I think you're screwed without him. You have to find another one of those guys, Is it Mason Miller that's going to be a converted starter? Is it David Morgan? But I don't know what King is going to do. I know he really, really loves it here, but guys have really loved it here before and they've split, which I don't blame them. You have to maximize your window as much as you can as a player. I would not hold it against him.
Dylan loves it here too.
Dylan loves it here too. I would not hold it against them if they decided to seek not greener pastures, but other pastures for more money. I wouldn't. They deserve that.
I wonder how much we talked about in our last smorgasbord, how much Yu Darvish's decision impacts what they can,
what they can
Michael
do
King in the offseason.
I know. I thought about it too.
Interesting. We can finish up our thoughts when we come back. Paul's got a round of report. We will talk Aztecs, college football, giant firing over the weekend as well. That's how we're going to kick off our fourth and final hour of Bennett Woods. Don't go away. More coming up on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Don't forget, all guests on Ben Woods appear on the David P. Shapiro fan hotline. Facing criminal charges, trust David P. Shapiro criminal defense attorneys, helping clients regain control since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Good smorgasbord today, talking about Padres free agents to be. We'd all like to see Michael King back. I think that's going to be the most interesting case study of the offseason.
Yeah, I do too. And I just, oh man, you just wonder like how he's feeling, I know he hated this season. No human being. And that's why it bugged me all year. I saw people like, oh, he doesn't care. He doesn't, I don't believe this injury, blah, blah, blah. It's like the guy's in a walk here, man. Like it's the last thing he ever would have drawn up on the planet. You got to think that stuff through. Like if you're on a walk year, you do not want to have your worst year. You want to have your best year. I thought this was understood.
But don't we all feel like a starting rotation of Pivetta, Musgrove, King, and Vasquez? Just to start.
Just to start.
Good place to start.
Great place to start.
Whoa.
We have breaking news.
There is a bombshell breaking news story that has just been put out at the Union Tribune. Holy.
This is now official, and we had heard just couple of minutes ago some whispers, but hadn't had it confirmed. But this is now reported.
Wow.
That Mike Shildt has stepped down and retired as the manager of the San Diego Padres.
What the hell?
After leading the team to consecutive postseason appearances, 90-plus wins in each of his 2 seasons, he is walking away from a contract with 2 years remaining. According to Kevin Acee, citing a, quote, severe toll the job has taken on him mentally and physically. Here's the letter from Mike Shildt that he emailed to the Union Tribune. I'm going to read it again. This is from Kevin Acee's piece, just dropped right now on the San Diego Union Tribune. Breaking news here on 97.3 The Fan.
What the F?
It is with heavy but full heart that I'm announcing my retirement from managing the San Diego Padres. It is a decision that I thought about during the season and became at peace with over the last 10 days. I gave every fiber of my being to help achieve Peter Seidler's vision of bringing a World Series championship to San Diego. We fell short of the ultimate goal, but I am proud of what the players, staff, and organization were able to accomplish the last 2 seasons. The grind of the baseball season has taken a severe toll on me mentally, physically, and emotionally. While it has always been about serving others, it's time I take care of myself and exit on my terms. I'm extremely appreciative to the Padres, Peter Seidler, the Seidler family, Eric Grupner, AJ Preller, and staff for the trust and confidence to lead this team. I'm confident I left things in a better place. However, I'm most grateful for our players. San Diego is rightfully proud of the Padres players. It is a group that conducts themselves with class, is dedicated to each other, and the common goal of winning a World Series. I love our players and will miss them dearly. After 34 years of dedicating myself to the rigors of coaching and managing, I can, with great enjoyment, look back on achieving my 2 primary goals: to help players get the most out of their God-given ability and become better men, also to win games. I move forward with a smile on my face, contentment in my soul, and genuine excitement for what God has next. To the Friar faithful, thanks for all the support. Keep rocking Petco Park. It's the best home field advantage in Major League Baseball. The team is on its way to that World Series championship you so deserve. Respectfully, SHILDT.
Wow. That is such a bombshell. And can I say this? Just knowing SHILDT a little bit, I believe it. I don't get the sense, guys, that this is something where they're like, hey, you don't really want to work here anymore, do you? You read that statement, you could see it. And I believe it wholeheartedly that was what he wanted to do. I really do. Don't you?
I hope that
I hope that's
I hope that the toll that's taken and that his health is okay, or hopefully he can get it to where he wants it to be. I feel bad that the man has suffered. Certainly we've had our moments, and
we've also had some
critics. We've had some great times
too.
And appreciate that's. As a Padres fan, I can say nothing but appreciation for bringing 2 winning seasons, and we get very few of those as Padres fans. And Mike Shildt brought 2 of those, and I will forever be grateful for what he did. And I definitely think he upgraded the organization, top to bottom. What he brought to the San Diego Padres made this a better organization. They were much more attuned to the details of the baseball season. You never saw them like slip the whole year long. He had those guys rocking and rolling. Did he get the same out of them in the playoffs that we wanted? No. But we all know what a crapshoot the playoffs can be. I hope he doesn't take that too much upon himself. But yeah, bombshell news this morning from the San Diego Padres.
And again, look, if he goes and takes a job in the next 3 weeks with another team, I think our opinion changes, right? Like so you just didn't want to be here, or the Urban Meyer, I was getting these headaches, I got to retire. And then 6 weeks later, you're like, actually, I feel pretty good. I'd like to get back at the helm on a different squad. But I read that, or you read it, Ben, and I believe every word of it. Just knowing him a little bit and knowing how trying it was for him down the stretch.
He undoubtedly is a person who puts all of himself into what he does.
Well, and he's also a person who undoubtedly seems to shoulder the weight of it, and you see it come out. It came out at me before. It came out in the media with the way that he talked to the media sometimes. But again, none of that's like you'd look at it and go, you got to fire that guy, right? Like that can't happen. He wasn't throwing chairs across the room. Did he get a little snippy at times? Hell yeah. But I would too. You would too. Paulie would too. Everybody would. Everybody's human. But I read that, and I don't get the sense that does not feel like he was shown the door and said, hey, we'll craft this nice thing. I actually kind of, as somebody who kind of feels the same way in their life personally, I can totally see that happening. And good for him, man. If that's really the case, you don't want to go into that next season white knuckling this thing again. If your mental health is jacked and your physical health is becoming jacked because of your mental health, good for him. Good for him. If that's truly the case, man, then good for him. And now another offseason of who's going to manage this ball club again. Holy cow, you guys. This is such a massive deal.
I mean,
I did not think we were going to actually have to do this offseason. I didn't think there was any chance that
I thought it was 100% back. Yeah, bro. And like
AJ Preller, we've had that conversation, maybe a little bit different, but wow. I am
blown away.
Stunned.
I'm stunned. The last thing I thought would happen.
Huh.
I wonder how out of the blue this is for AJ Preller. Is it something that had been discussed even, during the season, or is this truly a decision he came to in the last 2 days? Every good general manager always has his list of, potential guys that they're looking for. Are you hiring from within to try to keep as much of what SHILDT had positively going? Are you looking outside the organization? Who would even be like internal candidates right now?
Ruby?
Yeah, Ruben Niebla, obviously. You've got some assistants to the CEO, like Mark Loretto and others that are in the organization that you might take a look at. But
I'm floored. I am absolutely floored by this decision. Floored. Yet I'm also, again, very happy for him. If this is what he wanted to do and it was eating his soul alive, don't do it. Don't do it. Do not. Like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I know it's one of 30, but it's not worth it at the expense of your mind and your brain and your health. It's just not. It's just a gig, man. And if he wants to stay in baseball, I'll tell you what. You know who can find a job as an advisor somewhere tomorrow is Mike Shildt.
Oh, of course.
In a second.
He has a lot to give to any organization.
100%.
Young players, young coaches. He has so much to offer. And, first of all, just our heartfelt wishes out to Mike Shildt and our thanks to him for the past couple of years.
I don't know that any skippers ever made me laugh as hard as Shildt did. And I loved our back and forth. I really did. I looked forward to it. And I know that he's not a dude with a lot of malice in his heart. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't feel malice in him. I didn't agree with all of his decisions. Nobody did, and nobody ever will. And you can bring in the next guy, and you're not going to agree with all their decisions either. And you're not going to agree with a lot, but that's the nature of the beast. I think the dude as a human being was really, really kind. I'll never forget when he saved our ass in spring training. I'll never forget. I will thank SHILDT for that for the rest of my life.
Let me just bring it up.
Saved our ass.
Let me just bring it up because we know the Padres are in win now mode. They've got veteran players. They're trying to win a World Series. There is one manager who is now available who's won World Series before. Do you give Boch a call?
Sure.
I mean, it sounds like pandering to the fan base of the worst order, but I don't think it's a bad idea. If Boch is interested, I think that is the first place you at least explore. If you're looking for a manager, I'm looking through the other guys who have been interviewing.
Well, hang on. So think about this. You mentioned too, some guys in New York. Let's start there before you go outside New York.
Yeah.
Ruben Niebla. Yes. If he that's somebody you look at. Ben Fritz, 100%.
I'll play devil's advocate. Is Ruben Niebla the best option? Would he be the best option for the Padres right away? First time managing.
Selfishly, if he was like he's about to leave because he's going to be hired somewhere else, then yes. If you can keep him as pitching coach and have another manager as well and have the best of both worlds, yeah.
I just don't know at the very. I mean, you could debate that this 2025 season was the end of this Padres window. Maybe we push the goal line to 2026. Is first time manager the right move?
I don't think so.
And does your pitching take a hit?
I think you need. I think you need an experienced manager.
Okay, and Scott Service is in the organization. AJ Ellis is in the organization.
I'm going to go ahead and throw this name out. David Ross played for the Padres at one point. Has managed before. Managed pretty well for the Chicago Cubs. Is out there. Is interested. I'm going to throw that as that would be an area at least that I could see the Padres.
How about Bob
going.
Melvin?
Nope, I don't think so.
He's available.
Don't think so.
My phone is atrocious right now.
It's just look insane.
At it. It's going to take me days.
We know that AJ Preller was interested in hiring Ron Washington at one point. Was very close to hiring Ron Washington before ending up with Jace Tingler as manager.
How about Skip Schumacher? Oh, wait.
Has he actually signed all of it? Has that
dried yet?
He did his presser already.
Crap.
Oh, wait.
I mean, didn't Bill Belichick do that? He got hired by the Jets for like 2 days and then changed his mind.
I would like AJ.
Went to the Patriots.
I'd like AJ to call you and say, "All right, tough guy, come on down here. Let's see how you do." That'd be a really good bit. We'd make national news, that's for sure.
Bud Black.
Buddy Black's out there.
He is.
Andy Green.
I think Bruce Bochy's a more likely former Padre returning as Padres manager than Bud Black at this point.
Jace Tingler redemption run.
He is a candidate elsewhere. I don't see that happening. Nick Hundley is mentioned in certain circles as a potential manager in Major League Baseball.
They were looking at him for the Giants potentially.
Yeah.
Interesting, dude.
Man.
Interesting. Well, I obviously hope the best for SHILDT, whatever he
Yadi
does.
Molina.
Yadi is a Cardinal, buddy. They're grooming him. Yeah. He's not leaving.
Man, if you're trying to keep some of that Cardinal way about you,
I'm good on it.
Steal Albert Pujols right from under the Angels at the last minute. I don't think so.
I'm good on it.
I mean, this is the absolute
wild, man.
Unprepared going through names for Padres manager. We did not expect to be happening right now.
I was like, man, it's 9:00. We're really going to hit a lull here. We're kind of out of material. Thank you, San Diego Padres. Thanks, San Diego Padres. Our offseason is never boring here, is it? Never, ever.
AJ Preller is getting a bit of a reputation for chewing up managers and spitting them out.
He didn't do this.
I mean, whatever, working for AJ is not easy. They've said that before.
Wow.
Not an easy gig.
I guess, yeah, when you think about it, 10 years, right, for AJ.
I've seen some people bring up Benji Heel, the San Diego native, Team Mexico manager for the World Baseball Classic that has been talked about. It's not a terrible idea.
How long was Andy Green here? 4 years? 4 seasons?
Our beloved Darnay Tripp, who works for NBC7.
Yeah.
He's elite.
Dynamo.
Says Manny Machado and Fernando Tatis Jr. will enter their 8th season together with the Padres without playing for a single manager for more than 2 years. During that time, really thought SHILDT would be the end of that trend.
8 years. That math doesn't math.
No,
that'd be 2017.
They'll be entering their 8, so they played 7.
Yeah.
19, 20,
Enter
21,
their
22,
eighth.
23, 24, 25. That's 7.
7.
This will be their 8th coming
How
up.
dare he question the
2026.
greatness
I know.
that Darnay Trip is.
That's the mathing of it.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
So shocked that I think we need to take a timeout. Rondo Report went out the window.
We're not doing that. If we did, though, the Rondo Report would be brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires.
We're just going to roll with this. Pimp Lord kind of nails it. Our buddy Jeremy says, all right, this is 2 managers willingly leaving a postseason quality roster. This is insane. That's a really good point. Bob Melvin goes, oh, no, I used to dream about being in the Giants dugout, and now Mike Schilt is retiring. Whew. Crazy.
All right, let's take a quick timeout, regroup, reassess our thoughts, reevaluate everything we thought that we knew, and come back. Tier 1s, we were talking about the breaking news. Mike Schilt retiring as manager of the San Diego Padres. It's the topic for the rest of, well, I don't know, at least this week, if not beyond,
No
on this station. Don't go away for Padres news right here on San Diego's
This is crazy.
#1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Speaking of health, my health was greatly improved by my journey at sdfatloss.com 2 summers ago when I lost 40 pounds in 60 days by following the advice and the plan set out by my coach, my counselor, doctor-developed, jumpstart my metabolism, and eat real food on my journey to losing up to a pound of fat per day and 10 to 20% of my body weight in just 60 days. That's what you can expect if you follow the program. And by the way, it's not one of those programs where you get like one day and you're off track. They know there's going to be some cheat days. There's going to be some setbacks. They account for that. I had like 3 or 4 cheat days in there. I went on vacation, still lost 40 pounds in 60 days. You can do the same. Set up a free consultation by going to sdfatloss.com. Find out how the program works. I can tell you, no injections, no exercise necessary to lose the weight. It's all about eating real food that you're going to get from the grocery store. Probably a lot of stuff you're eating now, just eating it at the right times in the right portions. No bars or meals or mixes or anything to buy from sdfatloss.com. It's just an accountability system that helps you lose the weight and then keep it off, as I have done for the past couple of years. You're next, Tier 1s. Join the growing community of weight loss in San Diego by going to sdfatloss.com. That's sdfatloss.com. Results may vary.
We have a statement from AJ Preller we will bring to you right after
Thank you very much.
Okay, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Yikes. Yikes. What a Monday morning.
Yeah, if you're just joining us, hi, welcome to the carnival. We just learned that
you won't believe what happened to Woodsy over the weekend.
Mike SHILDT has retired as manager of the San Diego Padres, and as Paulie teased, we just got a statement from President of Baseball Operations. President of Baseball Operations.
President of Baseball Operations.
Yeah, we just sped from Monday morning to Friday afternoon in my mind. Just this week has already been long, just from this last segment. Here's what AJ is saying. Quote, "We would like to congratulate Mike on a successful career and thank him for his significant contributions to the Padres and the San Diego community over the last 4 years, including consecutive 90-win seasons and 2 postseason appearances as manager. His dedication and passion for the game of baseball will leave an impact on our organization, and we wish him the best in his next chapter. The search for a new manager of the Padres will begin immediately with the goal of winning a World Series championship in 2026. AJ Preller."
Dude.
I'm just still completely shocked.
I'm literally in shock. I'm shocked in shock.
It's a tough time to jump into a managerial search, as you've given the other teams a bit of a head start on you in looking for someone. Now, you obviously are going to have a different group of candidates. Every single team is going to have certain different areas that they're looking at. But as we mentioned, Skip Schumacher, who was a former bench coach with the Padres, probably would have been someone that would have looked seriously at had he not already been hired by the Texas Rangers. Now, maybe nothing was ever going to stop that, as he was already a part of that organization, and they may have gotten it done anyway. But you are a little behind and playing catch up when it comes to your managerial search at this point.
Still plenty of names. Still plenty of guys. I don't know that we need to do some sort of moratorium on Mike SHILDT and what he did here, but I will say, just from covering the team, let's talk about just the perspective that we have to offer from covering the team. 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, the amount of stuff that I would hear about the clubhouse would stagger you. It would bring you to your knees. And it happened multiple times a season. And we'd come in, couldn't talk about it really, just things that you would hear and you'd go, I can't run with this. But oh my God, what is happening inside that clubhouse? Mike Shildt, for any faults that he has, did a really great job at stabilizing that. Didn't necessarily love the small ball culture that was pushed. That being said, the guys in there, all that stuff stopped as far as negative, toxic thing. I got nothing. I would hear the occasional, like, oh, this guy's sitting by himself today. You know what I mean? But nothing to where it was like, oh, no, these guys want to kill each other. Like, they loathe each other. No one's speaking. Things like that we would hear in 23 and 22, right? Like, you remember all that. I didn't hear any of that since he was here. He has really, really did a good job at getting all these guys together. So, yeah, I really don't know, man. I really don't know. This is just a wild turn of events.
He absolutely did a good job. Even if the playoffs are the only thing that matters to you, there have been plenty of managers who have had much worse. Mike Shilt's final playoff record with the Padres, 5-5.
Yeah. 500.
500. It's against, the top teams in baseball. Did he get it done? No. Did he get that World Series? That was the goal? No. Was he an absolute disaster in the playoffs? No. Not even close. Not even close. He battled games where every game was close for the most part, had chances to win every series and every game that he managed in the postseason. His guys didn't come up with the big hits when they needed big hits. Otherwise, we're talking about a totally different story. But there's really not much to criticize here with Mike Shilt's 2-year tenure as the manager of the San Diego Padres.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. What news on a Monday? What a banger to drop on a Monday morning. All right. Well, it's onward and upward, I guess, at this point. I have no idea.
Third straight Padres manager to leave the organization with a winning record, which is rare. Jace Tingler, 116 and 106. Bob Melvin, 171 and 153. And Mike Shildt with 183 wins and 137 losses. Just solid 2 years as manager of the San Diego Padres.
Yeah, Kevin says Shildt was a really good manager. Besides the bunting culture, he was a 90-win-a-season manager. Top guy manager. We're bummed. Good luck finding a guy as good. Yeah, that's the thing is now there's expectations that have been set within the fan base. And look, let's be honest, within the players. The players need somebody that's going to help steward them to 90 wins or better every year because that's the bar that has now been set by Mike Shildt. Mike Shildt set the bar. No other manager had done that back-to-back for the San Diego Padres in the team's history. None. He's one of one. So now you have to find somebody that can come in and do that or better. And it's a damn high bar. It really is. 90 and 72 is a good record. It gets you into the dance.
Yeah, it's so odd because normally when you replace a manager, you're looking. You want change.
Yeah,
you don't really want much to change. I mean, maybe some minor changes on the the fringes, but basically you want someone who can keep going the good things that Mike Shildt has kept doing. Does that make you want to hire more from within as opposed to going outside the organization?
It's a good question, man. It's a good question. No, TN. Preller has not called me for an interview, nor would I take it.
Oh, you'd have to take the interview.
Never.
He would never call you.
No, but I wouldn't take it.
You wouldn't even take the interview?
No, it's stupid.
Get wined and dined?
No. Why am I wine and dine myself?
He just wants your 11-hour presentation of what you're going to do as manager of the Padres.
Where would I even start? I would bunt less. That's one thing I do know. You can count, rest assured on that. That I will promise you. Can you make a PowerPoint presentation? No, I don't know how to use PowerPoint. Never used Excel in my life. So,
yeah, the more I think about it, why would you go outside the organization?
Why would you? You got guys in there, internal. I mean, again, but, you go from building something, I guess, to doesn't the next manager immediately feel stopgap? Immediately? Because this was not expected, et cetera, et cetera. A stop. It's like, let's say it's Scott Service. Is anybody going to be over the moon with that? Like, you're in a weird position.
Not really.
Again.
I mean, see what the Mariners have kind of taken off after he's
Correct.
been gone. That doesn't feel right. But again, as we said, we don't really want a first-year manager who's feeling it out. You don't have the time to get a new manager up to speed. You want an experienced manager, but you don't have a lot of those in the organization. Service is one of them, but not playoff experienced. Certainly, that's the next step you're looking to take. Who's the playoff experienced guy that you can find?
Where's Bochy?
Boch is definitely one of them.
Boch or Buddy?
Buddy doesn't have a ton of playoff experience either.
True. Buck Showalter. We're gonna be doing this.
We've done this every year, every off season.
We didn't do it last off.
We've had so many potential coaching candidates on the show. Buck Showalter, one of them. I don't like doing these.
AJ's going to want to keep a lot of the coaches, I think, that he already has.
AJ's staying. I guess he is because he's the one that put out the.
I would think so. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't feel like they want. I mean,
Joe Madden is an interesting name. But he hasn't. I mean, again, you're talking about guys that somebody said Ozzie.
Guys like that though are going to want to bring in all their own guys. I mean, Boch is going to want to bring in a lot of his own guys and everything.
Boch is the one. He was just. This was all just decided with his fate, like recently. Whereas everybody else, like Ozzie Guillen, Buck Showalter,
they've been out
Joe
there for
Madden,
years.
Those names have been out there, and they're just waiting for phone calls. They're not getting them. Shouldn't that be somewhat of a red flag?
I have no earthly idea. Here's the problem. I have no earthly idea what they're going to do, and I have no earthly idea what they should do. That always makes for some really fun speculative conversations. That is basically just like running around your house in circles. That's what it is.
Which is what life is like when you cover an AJ Preller team.
That's right.
You don't know what they should do or what they are going to do. So I guess we're going to wait.
Wow.
Certainly some names will pop out that, get interviews. You can't keep that quiet from, the agents like to put out.
Oh, yeah.
My guy's talking to the San Diego Padres. So there will be names that start coming out about who is, on the radar of the San Diego Padres. And I'd imagine that'll happen sooner rather than later. What about the time frame? Is it like by
I don't
the
know.
World Series?
Don't you need to wait to see if there's anybody else that's like, what if Alex Cora gets fired? Interested in Alex Cora? I would be.
Would they not have done it already?
I don't know. Do they?
I was trying to think, like, who's been fired? Like since the season, the regular
Derek
season.
Shelton.
He was like in May. Not a lot of moves have been made since the regular season ended.
Wash is out.
Yeah.
Don't think that's going to happen.
I'm still like recovering from the
Dano,
shock of the news that it's
in.
hard. It's hard to automatically just jump into. All right, well, thanks for the time, Mike.
I just spilled all over myself.
Who should replace Mike Schilt?
Let's take a timeout. We'll come back, wrap things up. We'll let some of the other hosts take their shot at this crazy news this morning. Mike Schilt stepping down, retiring as manager of the San Diego Padres. Comes unexpectedly to all of us here in San Diego. Get to that coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
If you find yourself with some time on your hands all of a sudden,
Yes.
How about spending it at 7 Mile Casino? You could pick a worse place to, relax and enjoy and take some time off and get your mind off of things for sure.
You absolutely could. They got California style blackjack, Texas Hold'em, Pai Gow, Baccarat, smoke-free environment, slot machine-free environment. If I've got time on my hands, I don't want to hear slot machines. I'll tell you that right now. I don't want to hear the jingle jangle in my ears. I just want to sit down, have some food, have a drink, and play some California style blackjack.
The patio is fantastic at 7 Mile. If you're going to have a full lunch or dinner, great menu at Sammy's at 7 Mile. The pizzas, the pastas, the salads are always great. The 24/7 menu. It's fantastic. The Asian favorites like the Kung Pao chicken. And on the weekends, the brunch, Saturdays and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. voted the best in the South County. All you do is you hop on the 5, get off at E there. You're already on Bay Boulevard. Within a quarter of a mile, you're pulling into the parking lot, getting right to the tables where they will treat you right at 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Still processing around here. We're now 40 minutes since the bombshell news, first reported by Kevin Acee of the Union Tribune, with a letter from Mike Shildt announcing his retirement as Padres manager. The Padres have since issued statements of their own, managerial search beginning immediately for the next skipper of the San Diego Padres. But Mike Shildt retiring after 2 seasons with the Padres organization. Well, 4, 2 behind the scenes and 2 as the manager.
Our chat, it's just like bam, bam, but you can't keep up. It's never stopping. It's just continuing to go and go. Holy cow. I don't like manager speculation stuff. I hate it. It's the worst.
Should be used to it.
I should be. And it's in the rank of things that there is to talk about with your favorite team. I like talking about potential free agents. That's always fun. Oh, we could get this guy, or maybe we could get this guy. Trade deadline's always fun around here. This part, though, sucks. This part sucks.
I think the topic that I'm trying to grasp is this ultimately going to be a setback for the San Diego Padres, or is this a chance for them to move even forward and build on what Mike Shildt has done? Take the good from Mike Shildt and then find someone to just take that next step and that next level. You see it in sports all the time. Good coaches and managers replaced, and they find someone who then takes them to the next level, and you see good coaches and managers replaced, and it all falls apart because they get the wrong person. But we've seen the scenario both times. I remember when the Golden State Warriors kept getting close, couldn't get over the hump, and they were stunned when they hired Steve Kerr. Took him over the top, was the difference maker for that organization. Can they find their difference maker for the San Diego Padres to get them those last couple of steps that they've been unable to get to here in the last few years under 3 different managers?
Petey Pablo says this is a setback. Petey, there's no way to know that. There's literally, unless you can see 1 year into the future, a full year, unless you can see a year into the future, you have no idea that this is a setback or if it is a good move or a, something that worked out. There's just no way to tell. Because again, the right manager could be around the corner. I have no idea. I do know this. Has anyone ever hired more managers in their tenure than AJ Preller? Maybe George Steinbrenner, but that's it. But he doesn't count because he would hire him and fire him in the same day. You fire Billy Martin on a Wednesday.
And he was the owner, so he wasn't accountable to anybody either.
Correct.
I've got some new quotes from Mike Shildt here via USA Today from Bob Nightingale. Must have texted him in the last few minutes. Was Got this. Just took a lot out of me. SHILDT told USA Today Sports. Just looked in the mirror and I knew I didn't have it in me to do what it takes to lead another 90-plus win season and World Series run. I'm at peace and look forward to the next chapter. He says SHILDT denied that the relationship between SHILDT and AJ Preller had become strained. Said that is not it. He said that wasn't it. Asked if he wanted to continue managing. He said, not at the moment. I need a break to take care of myself. I'm at peace. He also did not respond when asked if the two sides had reached a financial settlement or whether he was walking away from his salary.
I'm sure there was some sort of settlement.
I mean, there shouldn't. If Mike SHILDT truly is walking away on his own volition, then there shouldn't be. You know, you don't want to do the job anymore. You don't get paid anymore. If there was any thought that this is something that the Padres front office wanted, then absolutely there would be a settlement, which is probably why he didn't respond to the question when it was asked. But that, if we ever found that out, you'd know the true story. If he gets nothing, then it was truly a Mike SHILDT decision. Padres wanted him to stay. He didn't want to stay, so he walked away from everything.
Yeah.
If he's getting all of his salary, then no, he really didn't want to leave, and someone pushed him out the door and gave him a financial incentive to walk away. If it's somewhere in between, then you might be able to guess a little bit on the edges. But yeah, that's an important part of the story that we don't know.
Yeah, man. I think the worst part about new manager speak is the discourse over who it should be and why. But then it's also people start turning their blame to other people. If this is 100% above board and this is what happened, it's not AJ Preller's fault. It's not Manny Machado's fault. It's not Fernando Tatis Jr., all of whom have been blamed so far this morning, I've seen. It's not anybody's fault. It was Mike SHILDT's decision to do so, if that's the case. Don't start pointing fingers at people that had nothing to do with Mike SHILDT's decision. At the end of the day, he's the skipper of the job. If the general manager made it so untenable, which again, we talked maybe a few weeks ago, Ben, from everything we've heard about the way that AJ runs the team now, we do feel, and we have heard through the grapevine, that he has been more hands-off, right? I'm going to let this is your team. I'm going to let you make those decisions. Now, again, they talk about a holistic approach where they all get together. That is not uncommon. It's not uncommon at all. Dave Roberts' approach with the Dodgers is massively holistic, massively. Right? There's an advisory team.
I would venture that Dave Roberts has much less authority to make out his own lineups than Mike SHILDT did.
No question. No question about it. And so some skippers are okay with that. Some aren't. But from all accounts, AJ has learned from his mistakes and pulled back a little bit and let SHILDT go out and run the team the way he wanted to do it. And then here's the pieces. And again, we know that they butted heads about personnel from time to time, which I'm sure every GM and every manager does. We know that AJ wanted Luis Campusano on that playoff roster and Mike SHILDT did not. We know that. That's a fact. We know that AJ Preller wanted Alfaro on the playoff roster and Bob Melvin didn't. That's a fact. But that's not enough for a guy to go, I quit. You made me have this backup catcher on my roster. I'm leaving. I have to do it my way. No, that's not the case. So if this is a Mike SHILDT decision, it's not Manny's fault.
What's the point of having a
AJ's
GM if the manager gets to decide everything on player personnel?
Correct.
Then you might as well not even have a GM.
Correct.
As far as I know, every team in baseball has a GM or president of baseball operations that's still in charge to a certain level of the players that are on their team. So AJ's not crazy in the way that he wants to put together the team, and that's his job to do so.
Look at the Red Sox. Craig Breslow, pretty involved with what goes on there with Alex Cora, right? They're showing them in meetings together. Chaim Bloom in St. Louis, going to be very involved with Ollie Marmol. This isn't uncommon, guys. It's not uncommon. Gone are those days where the skipper is here, the GM's there, we'll see you at the trade deadline and don't talk to me. Those days are gone. It's a team effort. And if it was too much for SHILDT to handle, I just don't think it was. I really do. I mean, you could see the guy at the end of the year, I don't want to say losing it because we've all been there and I'm very sensitive to the mental health aspect of it, but you could see the guy at the end of the year, it had taken a toll on him. So
I mean, physically, he seemed You saw it at some of the press conferences as well. A guy was working himself to the nub, I think.
For sure.
And that's the way he always operates. I mean, he's such detail-oriented guy. Gets there so early, 16, 17-hour days regularly.
Well, he definitely cared about winning, man. He cared about winning. You know that. Cared about winning.
Let's check traffic. We'll come back, wrap things up. Did hear some comments from Jake Peavy on MLB Network this morning, someone who actually works for the Padres organization. Get to that coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Lots of good news on our roads. No incidents, no accidents, no surprises, really no brake lights. Yeah, everything is winding down pretty nicely all around the county. If you're out there, enjoy. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Our guests on Ben & Woods appear on the David P. Shapiro Fan Hotline. Facing criminal charges, trust David P. Shapiro criminal defense attorneys, helping clients regain control since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. I just saw a clip on MLB Network of Steve Phillips and Jake Peavy discussing. They were just as blown away, I think, of the news. I mean, Jake must have had some idea. You could tell that he may have had some idea of being, as connected as he is with the Padres front office. He did confirm what you just mentioned, that Mike Shildt had full authority to make his own lineups, was not being micromanaged by A.J. Preller really in any way about his decisions when it came to on-field stuff. Strategies, that was Mike Shildt's purview. So this isn't a case of a front office was meddling too much and Mike Shildt just couldn't take it anymore, at least according to Jake Peavy, who is someone who should know about sort of things. He did make some comments about, analytical baseball versus old school baseball and, trying to make the two work. But he says that goes on in every organization to a certain extent.
Right.
And, I'm sure there were conversations where AJ goes, the numbers say we shouldn't be bunting as much as we do. And AJ's going, well, I've got this team playing the way I want to right now. I'm going to stick with it. But I don't know that was the reason either that this move was made. At this point, we just have to, I think, take Mike Shildt at face value, saying he didn't feel up to coming back and doing it another year. And give him a lot of credit. If that's truly how he felt, a lot of guys would just say, you know what, I'm just going to keep doing this until it kills me because I signed up for it and it's too good to walk away from. There's not enough of these jobs, but I'll give him credit for, prioritizing his health and what he seems to feel matters in his life right now. And if that means walking away, he's walking away.
Pretty nuts, man. Pretty nuts indeed. Yeah, you're seeing a lot of the players taking the grief for this, which I don't agree with at all. Guys, it's not like, I don't know what the perception is from some Padres fans about the players that we have on this team. I know what I see sometimes on Twitter. Guys, it's not that bad. I mean, these guys are not tearing through the clubhouse, like absolute lunatics. I just saw Manny just get dragged just now. They're like, oh, what a drag it would be to manage him. Yeah, definitely sucks as a manager having a guy you can pencil in to the 3-hole or the 4-hole every day at third base in perpetuity. Isn't that the worst? Having a guy is going to be there, ready to go every day.
Every manager dreams of having something like that.
100%. I hate
to start.
I myself, as an adult league manager, I hate when my steady guys show up every game and perform. Guys, think it through. Really, come on. You may not like him. You may not like his post-game interview at the end of the season, but any manager in baseball signs up for a guy that plays 158 games a year. Every single one.
Wonder if you'll get some Shildt discourse. There's 2 baseball games today, doubleheader of action.
You'll hear plenty.
On Fox at 2:03, Game 2, Mariners at Blue Jays, Logan Gilbert pitching against Trey Savage. And then at 5:08 on TBS, Game 1 of the NLCS, the Dodgers sending Blake Snell to the mound. And I've yet to see the Brewers name a starting pitcher for this game yet, for Game 1 of the NLCS, which is wild, just a few hours before the game. We do know Yoshinobu Yamamoto is going to start Game 2 tomorrow for the Dodgers, but that's all we do know. We do know Brian Wu was added to the roster for the Mariners, but probably is not going to pitch until later in the series. Went through a bullpen, I think, today. Just saw it went well, but you've got to expect that he needs a couple of days before he's going to be ready. So we will see how it all goes. Maybe we'll get to that Aztecs talk that we never really got to tomorrow. NFL talk, didn't get to much of that either because, well, when breaking news happens in the San Diego Padres world, you're going to get it right here on 97.3 The Fan. We will rejoin you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. I doubt that this topic will have gone away by then. So don't go anywhere. Braden's coming up next for our executive producer, Paul Reindl. For Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. Have a great rest of your Monday from all of us here at San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.